They primarily played for Ken Williams, though in the first year of Bob Coffey, Kevin Smith played for the Mustangs. He had a pretty good year. He rushed for 149 yards, 199 yards as a receiver, and caught 2 touchdowns. Kevin Smith and Mainland's Chuck Smith were teammates for 1 year, and Kevin Smith has never beaten his alma mater, Mainland, and Chuck Smith has never lost to Ocean City, though those 2 games were at Oakcrest. So there's a whole lot of things swirling around this game, but it'll be interesting as Ocean City will take on Mainland. The Ocean City band on the field right now. Here come the Raiders, and there's Kevin Smith.
You know, Tom, we talk about it every time that these 2 teams meet, and again, it's in every sport when Mainland plays Ocean City, but you know, we're only doing the radio broadcast usually for football, so we talk about it mostly about all the people from Ocean City who have Mainland connections, and all the Mainland people who have Ocean City connections. I remember we used to talk about Carl Geisinger when he was here coaching with Bob Coffey, and how you know, he lived in Upper Township and his kids went to Ocean City High School, and you know, Mark Implazio, who was we talked about that. I think Mark coached over here for a year.
He did.
Matt Jamison, who's a principal in Ocean City now, coached over here.
Did you mention Paul Lefevre?
I haven't mentioned Paul Lefevre yet, but he was next on my list.
Okay.
You know, it's just, not to mention, you know, how many people whose husbands and wives are
Bud Rank married a Mainland cheerleader.
That's correct.
Yeah, there's all kinds of connections here.
You know, that'll be enough.
when I said there's Kevin Smith, those of you on the radio probably weren't sure what we were talking about, but the game's available online. Live video streamed. Compliments of Matt Ulmer and provided by Bill Shawcross at the camera. You go to oceancitysports.com and it's right there. Ocean City and Mainland. You'll be able to listen to it on 104.1 and 1450 AM, and also watch the game and hear our play-by-play as well online.
The thing is, Tom, I mean, I go back, and so do you, of course, how many times these 2 teams played for something that really meant something. I mean, we're talking South Jersey Championship games, we're talking League Championship games, and here we are, you know, week 6, and between the 2 of them, they're 2-8. And I don't think anybody would have ever thought that would happen between these 2 teams at this point in any season. And right now they're just, like you said, Ocean City's playing for a chance to get into the playoffs, and Mainland's really just kind of playing for pride.
Well, in all fairness, you're right about the fact that these were among the top teams in South Jersey. It seemed like for 6-8 years in the late 90s into the very early part of the 21st century, but they played 43 times, and quite honestly, most of them didn't mean a whole lot to either of the teams were ranked until you get into the mid 90s,
right.
And then they were tremendous. And Mainland leads the series, by the way, 26-17. But since they resumed playing in '93, they didn't play from '89 to '92. But since they resumed playing in '93, Ocean City has actually won more games here at the Mustang Corral, 7-6. Over Mainland, and Mainland has won 9 out of 12 at Carey Stadium. It shows how important that home field advantage is. Yeah. The Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week is produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 104.1 and 1450 AM. Check out their online inventory at boardwalkhonda.com. Interstate Batteries of Egg Harbor Township has been providing South Jersey with outrageous dependability for over 26 years with over 1 million battery sales. They not only have a battery for your car, but your boat, RV, motorcycle, ATV, truck, golf court, or power chair. Interstate Batteries, America's #1 replacement battery, is located at 6064 Riga Avenue in Egg Harbor Township. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m., Saturdays from 9 to 2. If you need a battery, you'll find it at Interstate Batteries. Outrageously dependable. You like the way they do business at the Thomas H. Heist Insurance Agency. They're coastal insurance specialists with over 35 years experience. Flood, boat, auto, life, health. They offer it all at the Heist Agency with convenient offices in Ocean City, Margate, Egg Harbor Township, Marmora, and Vineland. Phone 609-399-0453. You'll also find them online at heistagency.com. Remember, Thomas H. Heist, when you need insurance. Ocean City on the field stretching. Captains are waiting, and Mainland about to come onto the field now as they break through the sign, I guess, held up by the cheerleaders and led in by 4 or 5 drummers from the Mainland Regional Band. I don't see the Mustang, though. They used to have a horse, remember?
Yes. I think it used to be a Native American riding it with a spear or something. I forget.
Chuck Smith comes into this game with a career record of 28-39. He, of course, the first 7 years were at Oakcrest. Kevin Smith is 18-37 in his 6th season. And Bud, we referred to Bob Coffey, who's now working as a volunteer assistant at Egg Harbor Township. But after his great career, he beat Ocean City 17 times, more than any coach in history. And they had, as you said, some terrific games and some very meaningful games.
Yeah, and you know, Tom, they'll get a great crowd here tonight between these two teams. They always do, and of course it's homecoming here for Mainland, so that's extra special. So, you know, and this is a game, and I said this last week when Ocean City played Middle, and it turned out to be true that this is a game that either team, both teams, feel like they can win tonight. You know, I mean, you always feel like you can win, but there are times you're going to face a team that you think, you know, this is going to be tough. If you're a neutral observer, you're thinking this is going to be a tough game. But as a neutral observer, most everybody feels like either of these teams can win this game tonight. So you know the two teams are thinking that. And you know, Mainland looking to get their first win of the season on homecoming day at home against an arch rival. You know, you don't get much more. What's the word? You don't get much more, you know, up for a game like that. But, you know, they're going to have their hands full. Ocean City's played well the last few games. And I think just like all the games that the Raiders have played this year, the deciding factor is going to be who wins the battle in the trenches. Because when the Raiders have had good line play and have dominated the line of scrimmage, they've won football games.
Well, if you're watching online, oceancitysports.com, you saw the Raiders won the flip of the coin and deferred. So they will kick off to Mainland. They have Northfield at their back, and the Mainland will have Summers Point at its back. Mainland, one of the captains was out there representing them, too, in warm-ups. Matt Epstein, the 6'1", 245-pound defensive end, will not play in the game. Now, the Mainland Regional High School Band's going to play the national anthem here at the Mustang Corral in Linwood. Regional High School Band with a fine rendition of our national anthem following the longest drum roll in North America. But they're always good. Mainland's band has always been very active, playing throughout the game and becoming, in effect, part of the home field situation. A couple players that we mentioned, Matt Epstein, who won't be playing. Also not playing for Mainland is Antonio Yeoman, a junior who's already has scored a touchdown this year as a running back. So they've got some guys out. Ocean City, we should mention Anthony Kenny and Dan Walsh are both back. And, you know, I think Walsh missed about 3/4 of the Middle Township game, and Kenny probably a little over 1/4.
Yeah, both those injuries didn't look good at the time, and I'm glad to see that they're back. Yeah, I thought he had some. Did they say what it was? Was it?
No.
I was real concerned in his case that it was concussion related or something of that nature, just on the way he was sitting on the bench there by himself. But
in fact, Kenny's on the end of the line here right now as Ocean City's getting ready to kick off. Kevin Catanoso will do the work. Mainland back at around their own 15, and Ocean City kicks it deep. Drives him back to about the 12-yard line. Straight up the middle, now bounces it to the outside and is hit at the 30-yard line. So Mainland will start on its own 30 after the kick return for Mainland by Jose Salome.
Alex Morales and Liam Bergman on the stop. And Ocean City hasn't kicked the ball deep very often, Tom. You know, they've done a lot of pooch kicks. You know, they must feel they can cover the kickoff tonight against Mainland.
You know what I've noticed in a couple of games, they did the first kickoff or two, they would kick deep. But then as soon as they as soon as they were sure they had some guys that could return, then they started pooch kicking.
Right.
All right, the quarterback is Samir Jones. Waits for the snap. He's left-handed, has a running back behind him, hands the ball off, and across the 30 to about the 32, and ridden down for about a 2-yard gain.
First of all, nothing wrong with being left-handed.
No,
Matt's left-handed. I'm left-handed in sports, so.
I was talking with some very intelligent people before the game, and about the difference, and they said, well, it's just the spin of the ball, and it tends to go in one direction instead of another.
You may run more sweeps to the left, sprint left instead of sprint right when you're going to pass. 2nd and 8.
Motion. They hand the ball off, trying to get to the right side, and he picks up some good yardage, first down yardage, across the 40 to Quan Campbell, a 5'11", 158-pound sophomore. He and Tahir Campbell, 5'9", 176-pound senior, are the guys that will carry the ball most often for Mainland.
Quick, very, very quick getting to the outside. And gets first down after 2 offensive plays. And again, Ocean City should have some size advantage up front in the middle of the line. They're going to have to contain that outside running game.
Ball's on the 43. Jones waits the snap. Low snap. He picks it up off the ground. He's going to run around the left side, try to pick up some yardage, and he's going to be ridden out of bounds. Good pursuit by Ocean City, but of course, that snap threw the whole timing off.
I tell you, sometimes you don't notice little things, but the coaches will notice in the film what a good job Taekwon Campbell did of not blocking in the back just before the tackle was made, because that would have cost him penalty yardage, and he's getting ready to make the block, realized it was going to be block in the back, and backed off it. And that's a good football play.
Second about 13. Jones awaits the snap, hands it off on a delay. Well read by Ocean City, but he makes a good move to avoid one tackle and is ridden out of bounds. Tahir Campbell may have picked up a yard or 2. He gets out to the 40-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 13.
Alex Morales and Tom Meehan on the tackle here in front of the Mainland bench.
Third down. 3rd and 13 for the Mustangs. They got a slot to the right. Wing back on the left side. Jones takes the snap. He's rolling to the right. Sets, floats it up in the air, and it is incomplete. Ocean City had 2 guys back there. A third behind them, and a couple of Mainland receivers were in the area as well.
Boy, that ball had interception written all over it when he let loose, and he sprinted right, and he's left-handed. So again, that's going to be the difficult thing to do for him.
Yeah.
Just like a right-handed quarterback sprinting left, and we threw that ball pretty high in the air. About probably 10 guys could have run down there and gotten under it. I think the 2 Ocean City players almost caused each other not to be able to catch the ball.
Punting situation, good snap, not much of a rush. It's a high end-over-end kick. And it hits at about the 37, rolls inside the 35. Ocean City will start on its own 32-yard line with 10:13 remaining here in the first quarter.
And you always like to establish the run, but, based on what Andrew Donahue did last week, obviously the passing game is a big weapon for Ocean City, and rightfully so. He's got some fine receivers, and he puts the ball in the money as well as any quarterback I've seen in Ocean City in a long time.
He's thrown and completed more passes than any quarterback at a Cape Atlantic school this year, and more than any player in Ocean City history in his career. And he's 5th in South Jersey, I'm told, in passing yardage, 2nd among Cape Atlantic League quarterbacks. Right now he's got a back behind him to the left, a slot to the left, and he hands the ball off to Robertson, and he's gang tackled at the 30 for a loss of a couple of yards.
Well, that was just a couple of defensive ends who came from the outside and pursued the play in toward the middle, and really absolutely no running room whatsoever.
Second, about 13. Same formation. Donahue moves Robertson to his left. Makes a signal to one receiver by tapping the top of his helmet. Drops back, a little screen for Robertson, and it's incomplete. Good pressure for Mainland. Forced Donahue maybe throw that a little sooner than he wanted to.
Definitely threw it too soon. He got Mainland on a blitz. One of the linebackers there coming in really quickly.
I think it was Rich D'Onofrio, number 52.
Yep, and he just had no time to look and get a chance for Robertson to get out there where he wanted to receive that screen pass.
3rd and 13. Slot to the left, receiver to the right. Donahue, Robertson in the backfield. Takes the snap, drops back under some pressure, steps up, throws, incomplete. Pass intended for Walsh, or is that Nick Williams? Anyway, it's incomplete. It is Nick Williams.
Right.
So it's 4th and 13. And we said Donahue has completed and thrown more passes than anybody in Ocean City history. He has also punted the football more than anybody in Ocean City history, over 100 times.
Well, Tom, defensively, I think Mainland give you a little indication of what they're going to do tonight, because they brought pressure on all 3 downs there against Donahue.
Ball's eye high and a good kick, line drive. It's away from the receiver. It bounces inside the 20, inside the 15, and it's going to roll dead at about the 11-yard line. So that won't hurt the punting average.
Oh, guess not. Yeah, again, defensively for Mainland, they're going to expect Donahue to throw the football, and as we said, they brought pressure both 2nd down and 3rd down. 1st down, just a pretty much straight up really good defensive football play, but Ocean City will look to adjust and get him some quicker releases as the game goes on, some shorter patterns until they get some completions.
58 yards from the line of scrimmage on that punt. And they put it right on the 10-yard line. Jones, 2 backs in the backfield. Receiver to each side. Takes the snap, hands it off, straight ahead, out to about the 15. A nice gain on 1st down for the Mustangs.
Only a sophomore is Jones.
Yeah. They actually have another sophomore that they've been using, Dean Hall, at quarterback. They both warmed up and prepared for the game in pregame workouts.
Boy, you change a couple letters in that first name. You got a famous Cape Atlantic League and Cleveland Browns name.
Yeah, put the O on the end.
Dino Hall.
2nd and 5 at the 15.
Matt doesn't even know who Dino Hall is.
Motion from the left side, and he keeps it. Jones keeps it and drives out to the 20, maybe the 21 or 22-yard line.
You know, Tom, I got to say, he looked at me puzzled. I'm thinking to myself, it kind of reminds me when I was teaching history, and we talk about Watergate one year as a current event, and then 10 years later, the kids would look at you like, what's Watergate?
Yeah.
You know? I mean, Dino Hall played at Pleasantville High School, for those of you that are a little older, played for the Cleveland Browns. What was he, about 5'6", Tom?
Yeah, they always said he was too small at every level.
But he was great.
And he was an All-American at Glassboro State College, now Rowan. 1st and 10 Mainland, their own 22. Jones hands it off, trying to circle the left side, cutting it back and getting the most he could out of it out to the 24-yard line. As is Campbell, that's Tahir Campbell. So a gain of about 3, call it 2nd and 7.
Mainland's done a good job to get out from the shadow of their own end zone here on this offensive series so far. They started, on about the 4-yard line, and they're out to the 24-yard line.
No, not the 4, the 10. They started on the 10.
Okay.
Slot to the receiver to the left, receiver to the right. Low snap again. Jones hands it off, and room up off the left side, now close to the 30-yard line. It looked like there was nothing there, but Campbell made a nice run out of it and got it out to almost the 30-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and about 2 for Mainland.
Made a nice cutback there on that play, Tom. And actually, Ocean City used to have an offensive play just like that. They called it cutback, and Campbell read that play well and cut it inside for the yardage.
Receivers to each side. Jones with 2 backs in the backfield. Takes the snap, hands it off the right side. He's got the first down out close to the 35-yard line. Another run by Tahir Campbell.
Yeah, it hits the hole quickly. And as you said, picks up another first down.
3rd of the game for Mainland. We're about halfway through the first quarter here. Jones goes back and forth to the sideline. He's a 6'1", 154-pound sophomore. It's going to be a slot to the right, wing back on the left side, and a single back in the backfield with Jones. Now they shift everybody to the right side. Jones takes the snap, pitches it that way. And yardage across the 40, across the 45, and out close to midfield for another Mainland first down.
Well, as you said, they shifted everybody to the right side, put a tight end over there and like a slot back, another slot back, or a wing back on that side, and ran the ball like student body right, so to speak. Had a lot of blockers on that side of the field, outnumbered the white jerseys. Pick up another first down. Good run.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Brandon Lynn and Alex Morales chasing after him. 1st and 10 at the 49. Receivers left and right. Jones takes a snap, hands it off to Campbell. He's got some room, a little squeezes for some more and gets down the right sideline. He's inside the 40, inside the 35, and down close to the 30-yard line for another Mainland first down.
Boy, just a really good run by Campbell. He breaks a tackle, he breaks 2 tackles, comes down the sideline, breaks a 3rd tackle, picks up another 5-6 yards.
Ball's on the 30. Campbell had a good season last year, a good rushing season. This year he has not picked up that type of yardage, but he's having a terrific start to this game. The ball's down on the Ocean City 30-yard line.
I think you'll see the Raiders start to pack more guys in the box a little bit because, with this kind of success that Mainland's had so far here in the first quarter running the football, you wouldn't expect them to do anything else.
Slot to the right. Again, they shift everybody to the right side. Ocean City adjusts on defense. A snap is bobbled, and Jones just falls on it, but a loss of about 5 or 6 yards.
And that time, just as I said it, the Raiders had 9 guys up on almost on the line of scrimmage. I mean, they had 9 guys within, let's say, 2 yards of the ball, and then the 2 deep safeties in a zone. The one safety came up, and another player dropped back in coverage. But everybody up near the line of scrimmage. See if they do the same thing again.
Back at the 36, 2nd and 16. Receivers left and right, wing back on the left side, wide receivers in motion, hands it off to him. Trying to cut it back, and does. At the 30, pulls out of a tackle, hurdles another, and he's inside the 20 to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, Brandon Lynn makes the stop, and boy, Campbell's really running the football well. Tommy cuts back again inside a block, hurdles a guy, and gets down to about the 15-yard line. And they are just having their way running the football right now.
That's the younger Campbell. who and they spot the ball on the 16. He did jump over a tackler, which is supposed to be a 15-yard penalty, but
really,
in high school. But I don't think. I think it was so subtle that they didn't call it. It's a safety rule. Timeout called by Ocean City. 4:49 left in the first quarter. Mainland on the move. They're at the Ocean City 16-yard line. First down and 10 yards to go. The Boardwalk Acura Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 104.1 and 1450 AM. Brian Carroll and their professional staff are waiting to serve you at Boardwalk Acura on Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township. At Wiesenthal's Auto Service in Ocean City, their staff will repair your vehicle and prevent potential problems. Call them at 609-399-9741 to schedule an appointment. No matter where you live, it's worth a trip to Ocean City to keep your vehicle operating properly. Don Glenn, the legendary Al, and Chris the Rockstar will handle all of your repairs. Wiesenthal's Auto Service, 9th and West, right in the center of Ocean City. Okay, Mainland on the Ocean City 16-yard line. First and 10. They've moved right down the field. Have 6 first downs here in the first quarter. Jones waiting the snap, gets it. Hands it off to Campbell. Campbell's hit in the backfield, may get down to the 15-yard line. So it'll be second and about 9.
You know, you don't usually see teams take a defensive timeout with 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter. And yet, that's kind of like a coach taking a timeout at a critical spot in a basketball game, where the other team's got a run going and you got to take a timeout to slow the momentum. So that's a good timeout taken. Mainland's got all the momentum right now, moving the ball down the field. As you said, we started from their 10-yard line, and they've really first down after first down, and the Raiders need to do something here defensively, and that's why they called the timeout, to see if they could figure it out.
Receivers left and right. Jones with Campbell to his left. The younger Campbell comes in motion. Jones keeps it on a fake, cuts it back. He's tripped up and falls into the 10-yard line. Stopped by Matt Lashley.
What a really nice defensive play by Matt Lashley. Was being blocked at the point of attack, fought the blocker off, and even though the ball carrier was past him just a little bit, was Jones, he was able to make that tackle.
Those of you listening on 97.3 ESPN, there's no score here, Mainland and Ocean City, but Mainland inside the Ocean City 10, third down and about 4. They have moved down the field from their own 10. It's their second possession of the game. Jones takes the snap, hands it off to Campbell. Campbell off the left side, pulls out of a tackle. He's inside the 5, and he's down to about the 2-yard line. So it'll be a goal line situation for Mainland. And strong running by Tahir Campbell and his younger brother, Taquan.
Well, I tell you, Dan Walsh had came so close to making that tackle in the backfield, and you could see the frustration on him after the play was over, and yet, it was a good effort. They blitzed him from the linebacker spot and left the spot open.
Remind you can watch this game by going to oceancitysports.com. Jones awaits the snap, takes the snap, hands off to Campbell off the right side, and he is in for the touchdown.
I see all the. I didn't see one official signal.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
It was delayed.
I saw a lot of black shirts signaling touchdown. I was wondering where the officials were.
3:09 left in the first quarter. That's the 5th touchdown of the year for Mainland, and the 3rd for Campbell. He's run for 2 now and caught 1. John McLaughlin on to kick the extra point. Ball is down. The kick is up. It's high enough. It's good. He's 5 for 5 on the season. And Mainland leads Ocean City 7-0 with 3:09 remaining in the first quarter. The Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 104.1 and 1450 AM. Connect with Brian Brummel and the sales staff at Boardwalk Honda on Facebook. Ocean City Aquatic and Fitness Center has newly renovated saltwater pools, strength and conditioning equipment, cardio machines, and fantastic aerobic and water exercise classes. The Aquatic and Fitness Center is open weekdays from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., Saturdays from 7 to 6, and Sundays from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. Phone 609-398-6900 for more information, or visit ocnj.us/recreation online. Boardwalk Acura invites you to check out their always up-to-date online inventory, ideal for doing research from the comfort of your own home or office. When you've found the Acura models you like, visit Boardwalk Acura, 6806 Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township, and take a test drive. The service you'll receive is a cut above. Brian, Carroll, and their sales staff, professional yet highly approachable. You'll quickly understand why Boardwalk Acura has such an expansive base of loyal customers. Boardwalk Acura, call toll-free 888-790-6723. McLaughlin to kick off for Mainland. They lead it here 7-0. That might be their first lead of the season.
Well,
McLaughlin puts it up high in the air. It comes down at about the 12-yard line. Returning up the middle, hit across the 25 at about the 27-yard line.
I'll say a couple things, Tom. You got to be impressed. They drove the ball 90 yards. We played about 9 minutes here in the first quarter. Ocean City's had 3 offensive plays, maybe total about a minute, and Mainland's eaten up the ground for the other 8 minutes of the game. So here's a team that's 0-5, and what they really wanted to get was some momentum tonight, and I think they just got that momentum based on that 90-yard drive. Now they got to believe this is a football game they can win, and that means a lot when you're on the sideline, that uniform.
Trips to the right. Donahue takes a snap and a whistle and a flag. They threw a little screen pass to Anthony Kenny, who threw a couple of moves on a defensive back after the whistle blew.
Yeah, either that or they were dancing.
It's an encroachment penalty against Mainland. So it'll be 1st and 5.
You know, the worst part about that is, you know, the whistle blows, but you run the play, but you've given away the play, so now you can't use that play. That little swing pass to Kenny. At least you're not going to use it right away now.
Donahue taking a long time looking at the sideline. Then he tells the lineman to play in, I guess, some sort of code. And here we go, 1st and 5. Donahue takes the snap. This time he throws over the middle to Kenny, and he's out close to the first down across the 35. See where they spot forward progress.
Yeah, as I said, Mainland needs to be aware of the pass as well as the run, and you know, they play pretty straight up. They got their 2 deep zone. They got right now they got a single deep safety, and they're going to play everybody else man to man. And the Raiders use a lot of receivers, so they have a single safety, and they're going to measure.
Oh, okay. I was wondering what was going on. Everybody backing up.
Yep.
They're going to bring out the chains here with 2:40 left in the first quarter. Mainland on top here, 7-0. And they're going to see if they got a first down. And they did not, by inches. So it's 2nd and a few inches to go. Have to call it a yard to go statistically. Ocean City pretty much ready to go here.
Yeah, they want to get moving here. Although it's only 2nd down because of the penalty.
Donahue takes the snap, hands it off the left side as Robertson. He doesn't get a whole lot of yardage, but he might have gotten enough for the first down.
Yeah, that might have been a good time to look to throw the ball downfield. It was only 2nd down, not 3rd. And Mainland had everybody stacked up there near the line of scrimmage, almost a goal line defense type thing.
Well, he got it. So Ocean City gets its first down of the game.
It's an easy game up here.
Trips to the right. Donahue takes the snap. Pump fake. throws downfield, open down there, and he couldn't pull it in. At the 40-yard line, Garrett Benvenuti, and he just couldn't pull it in, so it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Donahue had a lot of air under that ball. I couldn't tell if Benvenuti just kind of slowed up a little bit to try to adjust to the ball or not, but he was 5 yards behind the nearest defender. That ball had 6 points written all over it.
Donahue has been very effective this year with a pump fake. He's gotten a lot of people behind the defense. Waits the snap, 2nd and 10. Good rush. A little screen pass to the left side. Down the left sideline and out of bounds is Robertson. And he's going to get the first down at about the 47 or 48-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, again, Mainland's blitzing a lot, Tom. And that time, not only did they get the blitz from the linebacker, but, they got real good penetration from that defensive line. But you quickly realize that the Raiders were kind of letting that penetration come in because they were setting the screen pass up, and they did it well.
1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line, Ocean City. They trail 7-0. Receiver left, slot to the right. Donahue explaining the play and awaiting the snap. Quick drop. Swings the pass out to Walsh. Down the left sideline. He's got the first down. He cuts into the middle and is coming across field. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. Drops his shoulder and drives inside to the 15-yard line, and Ocean City is threatening.
And we said they're going to do most of their damage on the, looks like at least here in the early going, they're going to do most of their damage in the air. He got a good downfield block from Lebrano to help spring him. But again, Mainland brought a blitzer, and Donahue took a pretty good shot. So they're not interested in giving him a lot of time back there.
Ball's inside the 15 at about the 14-yard line. 1st and 10. Donahue whistles flags. Just before the snap. This time it's Ocean City violation, a 5-yard penalty to make it 1st and 15. You know, we mentioned, you mentioned before, two teams here in the end of October with 2 wins between them. And a pretty good crowd here.
Yeah.
It's almost full on this side and pretty close over the other side.
And a bunch of people down in the end zone.
Yeah, a lot of people standing around the outside.
It's almost like Thanksgiving here.
It shows you the rivalry. Donahue takes the snap, hands it off, trying to go left is Robertson. He slips as he tries to cut inside the 20 at about the 19-yard line. May have fallen ahead to the 18.
You know what else doesn't hurt? It's a beautiful night.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here it is, October 21st, and some of us are wearing shorts and T-shirts.
Officials have stopped the clock. Now they start it up. All right, so it's going to be a 2nd down and about 14 for Ocean City. They trail 7-0. Donahue takes the snap, play action, rolling to the right. Pass is caught, but down at the 17-yard line is Nick Williams. Made a nice catch. The pass was about knee-high, but it took some of his momentum away from him, and he was brought down about the 17-yard line.
Yeah, as you said, the pass was a little low, so he had to kind of stop his momentum going forward to catch the ball, and it allowed the tackle to be made.
Ocean City makes some personnel changes. 3rd down and about 13 or 14 yards to go. Trips to the left. Robertson to the right of Donahue. He takes the snap, back to throw, steps up into the pocket, and throws a completion to Kenny. Kenny down the right side, inside the 5, and out of bounds at about the 1 or 2 yard line. I don't know how Donahue got him that ball.
I tell you, again, here comes a blitz off the corner, and he steps up just at the last minute to avoid it. I think it was Pat Ruane on the blitz there from that left side corner. And, the Raiders are very, very conscious. I said it from the very first offensive series they had. It looked like Mainland was going to blitz a lot, and they have.
On the 2-yard line, they're in the pistol. Donahue takes the snap to Robertson, who drives straight ahead, and he is in for the touchdown. So Ocean City comes right back and drives 74 yards for a touchdown on the last play of the first quarter.
Well, and a good job, too, and that's what Ocean City needed as far as getting that momentum right back. I mean, as we said, Mainland drove 90 yards, scored a touchdown, and had some momentum on their side, and the best way to take that away is to get down and score a touchdown yourself.
Robertson's 5th touchdown of the year. Kevin Catanoso to kick the extra point. Ball is down, the kick is up, it's high enough, it's good, and we're tied. 7-7 as the first quarter comes to an end here at the Mustang Corral in Linwood. The Boardwalk Acura Game of the Week produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 104.1 and 1450 AM. Boardwalk Acura is your trusted dealer for car loans, auto parts, and auto repair. Visit boardwalkacura.com. Things are always happening at the Ocean City Free Public Library. Sunday at 2, the Mike Pedersen Quintet will perform, the Michael Pedersen Quintet. Classic Film Night is Monday at 6. Office Space, starring Ron Livingston and Jennifer Aniston. Wednesdays at 3, After School Movie and Snacks. You can learn to play bridge, improve your cooking and computer skills. It's all free, plus books, magazines, internet access, homework help, and much more. The Ocean City Free Public Library, 18th and Simpson, phone 609-399-2434. Michael Pedersen Quintet. You may remember his father, Mike Pedersen, a regular at Bayshores in Summers Point, and toured throughout the country, a great jazz performer who died earlier this year at the age of 98, and his son carrying on the musical tradition.
Wow. Here's something you don't see very often, Tom, a team kicking off to start a quarter.
Yeah.
Other than the first or third.
Right. High end over end kick by Catanoso. Comes down at about the 14-yard line. Trying to return up the middle, bounces off a tackle and gets a couple of more yards out to about the 27 or 28-yard line.
You know, this might sound silly. I don't know why he would have, but it almost looked like he put his hand up in the air for a fair catch.
I thought the same thing.
And then caught the ball and started running with it. I
think he was shading his eyes or something. But I did see him lift his arm.
Okay.
Ball's going to be on the 28-yard line, we'll call it.
And we've seen that quite a bit because when the Raiders do that pooch punt or pooch kick,
right,
not punt, you'll see that happen a lot.
1st and 10, Mainland, 7-7, Ocean City and the Mustangs. Jones awaits the snap. Hands the ball off. Campbell trying to get to the outside, and he spins through one tackle and picks up some yardage at about the 34 or 35-yard line. Isaac Robertson in on the tackle.
You know, so there's a play that looked like really it should have gone nowhere.
Right.
And he spins and cuts inside, spins and picks up an extra 3-4 yards. And that's a lot. I mean, that's a 6-yard gain on first down on a play that looked like it was pretty well defensed.
Yeah, he's tough. When you go for him, he's not there anymore.
Yep.
2nd and 4.
Kind of like Dino Hall.
Slot to the left. Wing back on the right side. Jones. Low snap again, but he handles it. Cuts it back nicely on the option, gets a first down out across the 40 to about the 42-yard line.
Boy, nice play there because Walsh had that play smelled out, only he had the pitch back guy, and he kind of let Jones kind of go, thinking he was going to pitch the ball, and Jones took advantage of it. Nice play by him.
To the 43, Mainland on its own 43. They drove 90 yards for a touchdown in their last possession. Ocean City responded with a 74-yard drive, and it's tied.
Yeah, we've seen Jones throw that one pass, which was kind of a floater.
Mm-hmm.
May not see too many passes, especially they run the ball like this.
Slot left, wing back on the right side's in motion. Jones hands the ball off to Campbell on a reversal type play, and then he may have gotten a yard. Misdirection is the proper definition. They're unpiling, and
his helmet came off.
Okay. Campbell's did?
Yes.
Oh. Well, he comes out for a play, and it'll be 2nd and 9.
He'll get a drink of water, much deserved while he's out as
Absolutely, yeah. Well, I'm sure they'd prefer he get his drinks when they're on defense.
Yeah. I think he'll be back after this play.
Jones gets the play from the sideline and brings it in. 2nd and 9. Receivers split each side. Wing back in motion. Jones pitches it back, looking for room and banging out to about the 45-yard line.
Boy, nice tackle by Tom Meehan.
Third and about 7 on the 45-yard line.
It's a big play here. They've converted a lot of third and long plays, second and long plays for first downs.
Kind of an eerie fog floating across the field here. I guess that's because of the warm weather in late fall.
It's not Halloween, is it?
It's not too far away.
Nope.
Did you pick out a costume, did you?
I'm going to go as a broadcaster.
Well, you've been doing that for a long time. Receivers right and left. Motion from Campbell. Back to throw is Jones. It's a little screen pass to the left side, and it's not going very far. Jack Bergman, a 6'2", 213-pounder, made the catch and picked up a couple of yards across the 45, but it'll be fourth down.
Tackles by Isaac Robertson along with Chad Dodonna.
So the punt team comes on. John McLaughlin to kick.
Boy, McLaughlin is a name you've heard at Mainland for like 50 years.
I think he's the last one.
I was going to ask if he was part of that.
Pretty sure. Ocean City drops Brandon Lashley back to about the 22-yard line. Good snap, not much of a rush. Punts it downfield. Lashley's going to let it go inside the 10, inside. Nope, it's going to stop at the 5. Lashley couldn't get to it to make a secure catch, so rather than take a chance, he let it go, and it rolls dead on the 5. So a couple of nicely placed punts, one by each team in this game so far.
Yep. And we talked about the Ocean City Mainland connection when we started the game, and we didn't even mention Paul McLaughlin, who just retired this year after probably 40-plus years of teaching and coaching at Ocean City, and his children, I think 13 of them all graduated, or about the 13th one about to graduate.
Yep. He's certainly a big part of Ocean City sports history.
I mean, it's a rivalry, but it's a friendly rivalry.
Ocean City football, first and 10.
All right, from the 5, Donahue's under center. Hands the ball off. Banging straight ahead, pulling out of a tackle and going out to the 10 is Robertson. Gain of about almost 6 yards.
Yeah, that's a nice strong run there. Gets out of the shadow of the end zone there. Gives them a little bit more room to operate. Actually, he looked like he was going to be stopped near the line of scrimmage, and he picked up five more yards on his own.
2nd and 4 on the 11. Donahue takes a snap. Hands off to Robertson again. He bounces off a tackler and fights out to about the 14-yard line, about a yard short of the first down.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty close. Again, looked like he was going to be stopped, and they are going to give him first down.
Really?
Yeah, we got a bad angle.
I see. They spotted the ball in a different place than I thought it was going to be spotted. They put it out on the 15-yard line.
Right. So now they do have some room to operate. And they'll spread all those wide receivers out.
Then Benuti checks in. He'll split out to the left. Donahue awaits the snap. 1st and 10 from the 15. And he keeps it. May not have wanted to keep it, but he did. And he loses about 4 yards on the play.
Yeah, I think there was a mistake there. He didn't want to keep it. You're right. He wanted to give it up. I think he wanted to hand it to Walsh. Tell you, put a lot of pressure on Mainland's defensive backs because they're in single coverage with a single safety deep. And I think that's where the Raiders are going to look to take advantage as this game goes on.
2nd and 14. And all kinds of movement in the line. Officials haven't signaled yet.
Well, the Raiders are clapping, so if they haven't signaled, at least they verbalized it down on the field.
Mainland clapped too. But Ocean City wins the clapping battle, and they get 5 yards. Encroachment against the Mustangs. So the ball moves downfield a little bit, makes it 2nd and 8. Last year was the first year in 20-some years that Ocean City had more penalty yards than their opponent. They have it again this year so far. Sometimes it doesn't matter. Sometimes it really hurts. Trips to the right, slot to the left. Donahue's alone in the backfield. Takes a snap. Sets. Fires sideline to Benvenuti. Benvenuti sidesteps the tackler and pulls through another one out to the 32-yard line for a first down.
Yeah, and that was an interesting pass play. He looks like he's going to run downfield, takes 3 steps, comes back, and then sidesteps the first would-be tackler and picks up first down yardage.
Middle Township, by the way, had 24 officially first downs against Ocean City, the most ever against an Ocean City football team, and a loss.
And a loss. I was going to say, yet the Raiders won that game.
Already here we have 14 first downs between the two teams, and we're just halfway through the second quarter. Donahue takes the snap, hands it off. It's Robertson up the middle, and he's out to the 35-yard line for a gain of about 7.
Yeah, so close to another, to the 15th first down. It's a pretty quick football game. Of course, again, Mainland not throwing the ball twice to keep the ball on the ground, and they did. You know, the clock's going to move pretty quickly. I mean,
yeah. And not a lot of penalties or injuries. Haven't been any injuries to stop it. There was a lot of them in the Ocean City Middle Township game. This took almost 3 hours. Donahue takes the snap, hands it off again to Robertson. He pulls out of a group, avoids another tackler. He's out to the 50 and first down Ocean City.
Yeah, and once they penetrate, if the blitz is on, once you penetrate the first 3-4 yards and get by that initial charge, you got some running room, and he did have some running room there. And 15 first downs combined, and it's like Mainland's going to take a timeout.
They are indeed. So each team has called a defensive timeout here in the first half. It's 7-7, Ocean City and Mainland. 5:14 remaining in the first half. The Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 104.1 and 1450 AM. Check out their online inventory at boardwalkhonda.com. Shore True Value Hardware in Summers Point hopes that you'll continue to shop locally. They offer friendly service and expert advice. At Shore Hardware, they'll do anything to help. Help is just around the corner. Shore True Value Hardware, 515 New Road in Summers Point. Phone 609-927-6464 or visit them online at shorehardware.com. 7-7. Ocean City moving a little bit out near midfield, starting from their own 5-yard line. And straight ahead is Robertson for about 4 to the Mainland 46.
Tackle there by number 7, Jack Bergman, 6'2", 213-pound senior. Mainland has more sophomores on the roster than any other class.
More good news for the 76ers. Nerlens Noel will have minor surgery on his left knee.
Should have traded him.
Trips to the right, receiver to the left. And whistle. Flag.
Yeah, I think it's going to be encroachment against Mainland. Unless somebody on the offensive line moved.
No, it is encroachment. That's the third time Mainland has encroached on defense. It's going to make it 2nd and about 1.
This would be a good time to throw the ball downfield, I think, Tom. Although they've had some success running the football. We're inside 5 minutes here in the half.
Second and 1 on the 41-yard line. Donahue takes the snap, pump fakes. He's throwing long down the left side. Benvenuti makes the over-the-shoulder catch and is inside the 10 to the 5 on a play called by Bud Rink. But there's a flag. There is a flag. Donahue's jumping around.
Roughing the passer.
So that'll get him a couple more yards.
And he floated that one up there just like the last one that Benvenuti tried to adjust to catch. And again, the pump fake, as you mentioned, Tom, he does that pretty well and freezes the defensive back. And then Benvenuti got behind the defender again, as he did on that other pass that wasn't caught. And Donahue laid it right in there for him. So
penalty moves it into the 3. First and goal. Atlantic City Electric scoreboard. St. Augustine 21, Egg Harbor Township nothing. So the ball's on the 3. Ocean City trying to take the lead. Mainland led 7-0. Raiders came back to tie it. Donahue under center. Takes a snap. Play action. Sets. Fires into deep into the end zone. Out of bounds. And a flag comes in after the play. That was Nick Williams who made the catch, but he was out of bounds when he did.
A couple of linemen getting after each other.
Personal foul against both teams. Nullifies. If it's after the play, it'll be second and goal. If it was during the play, it'll be first over.
Not so much for friendly rivalry on that play. That's football. That happens.
It was after the play, so it's second and goal at the 3 for Ocean City. Walsh in the game along with Robertson. Under center, their backs are in the eye. Donahue gives it to Walsh off the left side. He drives to the goal line, but not in. He drove very close to the goal line, was pushed back. It'll be third and goal.
They say this one's spot around the 1-yard line, maybe almost the 2-yard line. Didn't get as close as we thought, Tom.
Third and goal.
Well, I think this will be a running play here. I mean, a passing play here. Some kind of a sprint out option, maybe. I mean, Mainland's been pretty tough against the run inside. I know you only need 3 yards, but this is the toughest place to get 3 yards.
Donahue going to be under center. Backs in the eye behind him. Keeps, rolls out. Pass, wide open. Touchdown to Dan Walsh.
Gosh, I could be an offensive coordinator tonight. How about that?
Yes, sir.
Great play. Instead of Walsh leading the play in, they suck the linebacker up, and he leaves them wide open, and the ball's delivered right on the numbers.
Ocean City will kick the extra point. 7th touchdown pass of the season for Andrew Donahue. Ball is down. The kick is up. It's high enough. And it's good. Didn't look very deep.
Nope.
But it counts. And Ocean City takes a 14-7 lead. And for Donahue, that's his 18th career touchdown pass.
Wow. Impressive.
You know what the record is?
Do I know what the record is?
Yeah.
I know I'm going to find out in a second.
Yeah.
Because you brought your encyclopedia with you.
The record is 30.
Well, you know, it's not out of reach with 4 games left, I guess. But
Vince Ionase, a certified public accountant in Northfield, concentrates in the following areas: individual and business taxation, tax resolution services, bookkeeping and payroll, and sales taxes. Vince Ionase would like to wish all the players a successful and healthy season, and the officials as well. The office of Vince Ionase, 231 West Glen Cove Avenue at the corner of Route 9 in Northfield. Phone 609-677-4977. Vince Ionase wants to solve your tax and accounting problems. A name that's familiar in the history of Ocean City sports.
Absolutely.
His brother Dominic. He's now an official, Vince Ionase. And Catanoso to kick off. Ocean City on top, 14-7 with 3:04 left. It's a high kick, and it comes down at about the 22-yard line. He pauses and looks for somewhere to go. Couldn't find any place because Anthony Kenny wrapped himself around his ankles.
Yeah, he's got such great speed. Raiders really missed him last week when he went out of the game with that what looked like a leg injury at the time. But boy, I tell you, he had great coverage that time coming down on the kickoff. You can't teach speed.
Well, there's some people out there with clinics that'll argue with you about it, but I know what you mean. If you have natural speed, that's something you can teach people to get the most out of their potential and speed.
Right.
Yeah.
You couldn't take somebody like me and teach them to run a 700 yard.
Well, you're not that far away from it.
Oh, yeah. In a car, maybe.
Snap to Jones. Hands the ball off left side Campbell and has hit the line of scrimmage and driven back.
I agree. You take somebody who's got good natural speed and you help them and they get faster. But I can remember when the Phillies years ago used to come into Ocean City and have their tryout camps and stuff like that. And you'd talk to the scouts and they would tell you, we let the kids hit and we let them do this and that. He said, but we're really only looking for two things: how fast they can run and how hard they can throw. Because we can't. God gives them those talents.
I wonder if they ever got anybody out of this. 2nd and 11. A sweep and good defense by Ocean City. Chasing him down was Austin Green.
Yeah, they've been close a couple times to getting him. Have the Raiders, and he's been able to get away or get the ball off and hand it to Campbell. But that time, Green made sure that he wasn't going anywhere. And this is a big, important play here, because otherwise the Raiders are going to get the ball back with another opportunity. They start using their timeouts soon.
Austin Green, Brandon Lynn, and Brandon Lashley are 3 sophomores that Ocean City is really high on.
Yeah, Mainland is letting the clock run down before they call a timeout.
Yeah.
Using up as much time as possible so the Raiders aren't going to have much time left.
Mainland calls time with 1 minute and 30 seconds left. They have one more timeout left, but Ocean City has 2 left. So if Mainland doesn't get this first down, they'll immediately call their second timeout. Ocean City, remember, will get the ball to start the second half. Signal Graphics on Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township is your local commercial printer with the personal service you expect. Cut out the middleman, save time and money. Signal Graphics prints full color in-house. Signal's state-of-the-art equipment and expert printing staff allows them to produce an excellent product for very low cost. For fast turnaround and great prices, call the Gunnels, Raleigh, or Kay at 609-569-9990. And for special service, ask for Chugger, Signal Graphics. Game also brought to you with the best wishes of everyone at Calvi Electric in Atlantic City, who encourage you to get out and support your favorite high school team each and every week. That Chugger could hit the ball. He had a 400-foot home run at Citizens Bank Park during the Carpenter Cup. And now he's an expert at getting your printing job done. All along the backfield is Jones. 5 receivers out. He drops back, floats it over the middle, incomplete. Incomplete. Receiver was open, passed a little high, thrown for Shane Kagosi, a 5'8 junior. And it'll be a 4th down. Now, of course, that stops the clock.
Right.
Saves Ocean City a timeout.
Actually, the Raiders played pretty soft there, because he had about a 2 or 3 yard space to catch that ball, and had plenty of first down yardage.
4th and 14. McLaughlin to punt. Lashley at his own 45. Waits the snap. It's a good snap. No, not much of a rush. Gets over a high kick. Lashley goes and gets it at the 38-yard line. He's at the 40, at the 45, and pulls it out across the 50 and down to the Mainland 48-yard line.
So the Raiders will have 1 minute and 13 seconds with 2 timeouts and 48 yards to get. Certainly not out of the question with a quarterback who can throw the ball like Andrew Donahue. You can bet, though, that Mainland will not put 9 guys in the box as they did earlier in the football game, and have to put more guys to defend the pass. Now they got 3 guys 10 yards off the line of scrimmage almost.
Well, with 2 timeouts left, if they're going to do that and drop people way off, might be a good time, a little draw to Robertson or something. Let's see. Double slot formation. Robertson in the backfield. A quick pass by Donahue is caught. Luciano Lozano catches it at about the 37-yard line for a first down.
And remember, the Raiders, they have field goal opportunities too, because Catanosa can kick the ball.
As longest as 33 yards, which means they'd have to get to the 16. think Mainland came off again, but let's see. It could have been drawn off.
Yeah, I thought somebody on the left side of Ocean City's line moved.
They did. Ocean City goes back 5 more yards. So it's 1st and 15 at the 43-yard line.
You know, when you're throwing the football, that 5 yards probably doesn't mean as much, but kind of stops any momentum you have.
Slot to the left, receiver to the right. Donahue takes the snap, drops straight back, fires, incomplete. Not sure who he was throwing that for.
I think it was intended for Robertson, but I don't think Robertson was quite expecting the ball to come at that time.
Yeah, he was taken off down the right sideline. The ball was thrown about 5 yards short of him, and hard. So it's second. Second and about 15. Trips to the left, receiver to the right. Donahue waits the snap, gets it. Play action, rolling to the left, tries to avoid one guy, can't do it. He's sacked at the 46-yard line. D'Onofrio makes Rich D'Onofrio, sophomore linebacker, makes the tackle back at the 46-yard line.
And Donahue saw him. He felt the pressure, but he couldn't throw the ball. He was running the opposite way, so he tried to shake loose so he could turn around and throw it right-handed. But D'Onofrio wasn't letting go, so nice defensive play, and the Raiders are going backwards in a big, big hurry.
3rd and about 27 for Ocean City on its own 20 or 46. Clock down to 5 seconds. This might be the last play if they get it off. And Donahue hands it off in the line to Robertson, who drives out across the 5th as the half comes to an end. So Ocean City player down on the field too. Ocean City leads it here 14-7. They'll get the ball or receive the kickoff to start the second half here at the Mustang Corral in Linwood. Ocean City has scored 14 unanswered points after Mainland scored to take the lead on a 2-yard run by Tahir Campbell.
Ocean City player down. Looks like an offensive lineman. The rest of the Raiders on the sideline waiting to go into the locker room till they see what's going on with their teammate. A couple of the other offensive linemen out there.
Unless it's unavoidable, you don't go into the locker room without your teammate. So they're waiting to see if he can get up and come with them. Trainers out both teams. And it looks like she's going to help him up. Yep. Mark Colmer. Mark had a great sophomore year, missed last year with an injury. And big part of the team this year, and he's walking in with the rest of the team, which is what they hoped for. Gillian's Wonderland Pier is closed for the winter, except, of course, for first night. But you can get tickets for next year by visiting them online at Gillians.com or downtown Gillians on Asbury Avenue. In addition, if you've got some tickets left over from this year, they're still going to be good next year. They never expire. Gillian's Wonderland Pier. Visit them at Gillians.com. There's a full line of brand new cars available for rent at Just 4 Wheels on the White Horse Pike in Galloway Township, Delsey Drive in Vineland, and on Washington Street in Cape May. They also have moving trucks, minivans, and 15-passenger vans. Be smart. Rent at Just 4 Wheels, serving South Jersey for more than 35 years in Galloway, Vineland, Berlin, Cape May, and Lakewood. They're open from 8:30 a.m. until 7 p.m. daily. Just 4 Wheels, car, truck, and van rental. The Mainland Band coming on to the field here to play at halftime, and then after that they will introduce the homecoming candidates and the homecoming queen. And Ocean City just did that last week. Brittany Stein was selected as the homecoming queen for Ocean City. But there's a lot of things, as always, happening in Ocean City this weekend. The 49th Annual Fishing Club Invitational Tournament is Saturday. The registration, 5:30 to 7 a.m. at the Intermediate School. It's the 49th Annual Fishing Club Invitational Tournament. You ever been in a fishing tournament?
No.
Okay.
Fishing, I like to watch fishing. I'm not...
Now, your family's very big on this, the Junior Miss Ocean City pageant, because Bud's wife was practically running the Miss America pageant this year.
Yeah, actually, you say that as, obviously a joke. It was the first year that she was asked to be a hostess.
Right.
But largely, Mainland graduates are doing that right now.
Yeah.
I know Joyce Rowland Brown, Gay Rowland Blom, Mary Lee Atwood, who graduated from Mainland back in, I want to say 1960s.
She doesn't want you to say.
Yeah, in the late 60s. And she actually runs, I think, the dressing room, and she has for many, many years. Her husband is Rocky Kale.
Okay.
Who was
former coach at
Absegami.
Well, anyway, the Junior Miss Ocean City pageant is Saturday, 7 o'clock at the William and Nancy Hughes Performing Arts Center at Ocean City High School. Tickets are $10. The Ocean City Chamber of Commerce Annual Welcome Night is Wednesday, and they've moved it to the Ocean City Sports and Civic Center, 6th and the Boardwalk. And, lest we forget, the Halloween Parade is Thursday, 7:15 on Asbury Avenue from 6th to 11th Street, sponsored by the Ocean City Exchange Club. For more information on all these events, phone 609-399-6111 during business hours. The Fishing Club Tournament, the Junior Miss Ocean City Pageant on Saturday, the Welcome Night on Wednesday, and the Halloween Parade, which is always fun, on Thursday.
Tom, it's funny. You live at the shore. I've probably been to the beach once or twice in the last 10 years. I've been fishing, I think, 3 times in the last 20 years, and that's only because my grandson...
Deep sea or...
No, in the Back Bay flounder fishing, because my young grandsons would visit, or one of them lives here, of course, and my brother would take them out fishing, and of course I'd go with them. And but other than that, the fishing bug bit most everybody else in my family, just not me. I did go deep sea fishing once, but to leave at 4 o'clock in the morning, get back at 7 o'clock at night, and you're rocking and rolling most of the day. I don't know. I'd rather play golf.
Atlantic City Electric scoreboard. Egg Harbor Township has scored, trails St. Augustine 27-7. There's only 3 games underway. Congratulations, by the way, to Mainland's boys and girls cross-country teams and Ocean City's boys and girls cross-country teams for both sweeping their county championships yesterday. They had some interesting meets with each other. Of course, the boys cross-country team has won at Ocean City, has won 80 meets in a row. And the girls cross-country team has 1 loss at Ocean City in the last 40-some meets, and that was a 1-point loss to Mainland this year. So these are 2 very successful cross-country programs, and they both swept county championships yesterday.
And again, like you said before, they're not just rivals in football; they're rivals in everything, and friendly rivals, and they bring out the best in each other. And they've had some great individual cross-country runners at both schools over the years. Of course, is it Melissa Aldridge? She's Alyssa. She's just awesome.
Yes. Now it's at halftime now. St. Augustine scored just before the half. They lead Egg Harbor Township 35-7 on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard. We do not have a score yet from Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit is basically playing, well, not basically, they're playing for their division championship. The winner of the game, Holy Spirit of Buna, will win the United Division of the West Jersey Football League. And then tomorrow, Cedar Creek goes to St. Joe. And not necessarily the winner is the champion. If St. Joe wins, they win the division that both of these teams, Ocean City and Mainland, are in. If Cedar Creek wins, then that brings Oakcrest back into the picture. They play Cedar Creek next week. So So we'll see what happens there tomorrow.
That should be a great game, St. Joe and Cedar Creek, especially if Cedar Creek has everybody healthy.
Here we go. Holy Spirit is leading 17-6 over Buna on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard. So those are the three games that are being played now. Holy Spirit leads Buna 17-6. St. Augustine leads Egg Harbor Township 35-7. And here, Ocean City leads Mainland 14-7. Those are the scores on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard. Here, Tahir Campbell scored first when Mainland drove 90 yards and scored on a 2-yard run. John McLaughlin's kick gave the Mustangs a 7-0 lead. Ocean City came right back, scored on the last play of the first quarter on a 2-yard run by Isaac Robertson. A great pass from Andrew Donahue to Anthony Kenny set it up. Kevin Catanoso kicked the extra point. And then with 3:04 left in the first half, it was Donahue to Walsh, a 2-yard touchdown. Catanoso's kick made it 14-7 here at the half. Unofficially, 9 first downs for Ocean City and 8 for Mainland, as we listen to the Mainland Regional Band playing here at halftime. Next week, Ocean City will be home. Senior night against Lower Cape May. And Mainland will be on the road taking on Vineland.
Well, in Vineland, you know, we talked a lot about Vineland because they'd won their first 4 games against teams that I don't think had won a football game. And then they faced a pretty good, was a Clearview team last week.
Yeah, the Clearview's won 3 games,
right.
And they scored 61 points against them, and they're still undefeated. So
they'll get a test against Atlantic City tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yep.
Vineland and Atlantic City is tomorrow, and then Vineland plays Mainland next Friday, and then the week after that they go to St. Augustine.
Now, why is that game, Atlantic City at Vineland, a Saturday 2 o'clock game?
Vineland and Lower Cape May both have a history of playing their homecoming games on Saturday afternoon. I don't know whether it's because they have a dance that night and they want to do it all in one day, or whatever's more convenient for parents. I don't know, but they tend to do that. Mainland is having their homecoming tonight, and we'll find out who the finalists are and who the winner is, but they don't have their dance until a week from tomorrow.
And of course, homecoming, you know, we think of homecoming and it's a big deal at the school, and yet it's really a big deal for the people who are graduates.
Yeah, it's supposed to bring you back for alumni. Of course, at colleges, it's a big weekend, and they have activities for the alumni and social events, and maybe even special rates at hotels and
golf
everything
tournaments.
else. Yes, right.
Yeah.
Right. That's something for you to think about. Next year, in Ocean City's homecoming game, the Bud Rink golf outing on Saturday.
Well, it's funny you say that. I'm not, let's see here, see if I can figure this out.
If it's math, this will
not
take a
next
while.
year, but the year after would be my 50th high school reunion.
There you go.
I hate to say that, and yet I'm probably the youngest one here in this booth. I know Matt's younger.
Do they do golf tournaments and things like that at reunions typically?
At college reunions, they do.
No, I mean, would they have one for your 50th?
I wouldn't think, because there wouldn't be that many people that would come to it.
This year, the class of '66, led by Bill Maurer, is holding its reunion. Matter of fact, I think it's a week from Sunday or a week from Saturday. It's next weekend, as they celebrate. The class of '66 celebrates its 50th reunion.
You know, interestingly enough, I mean, Facebook and all this social media stuff has done so much for that kind of stuff, getting together with people from the past. And I mean, I don't do a lot of that kind of stuff, but I do get the, you know, messages in my mailbox from people. And I guess it was a few weeks ago, somebody, you know, from Summers Point, where I grew up, and had started saying he was going to be here from Florida, and did a bunch of people want to get together, and one thing led to another, and the next thing you know, the whole thing's all over the place. And we must have had, I don't know, there must have been at least 40 people show up at one of the establishments in Summers Point to remember some good times from.
These are people who went to school in Summers Point, not Ocean City High School necessarily.
No, Summers Point and then Mainland High School.
Okay.
I mean, I was here I grew up in Summers Point. I was here at Mainland as a freshman and sophomore before moving to Ocean City. But just kids we grew up with in the neighborhood, and it's a whole lot different.
If you live in Cape May County and you're having problems with an appliance, your next call should be to Ulmer's Appliance Service. Dryers, refrigerators, ranges, washers, dishwashers, disposals, you name it, Ulmer's can repair it. And they service most major brands. Ulmer's Appliance Service. Offices in Ocean City, Wildwood, Seaville, and Sea Isle City. There's one close to you. Phone 609-399-4398 for more information. Ulmer's Appliance Service. Shoppy's is even better online. You probably visited their showroom at 1031 Shore Road in Linwood, but it's Shoppy.com. You can select and design your own trophy or award and order it right there. Shoppy's also has a complete line of gifts. Remember, you're not presenting the finest trophy unless you're presenting a Shoppy trophy. Phone 609-653-1684 for Shoppy's since 1921. It's almost like a kicking contest right now as both kickers, Kevin Catanoso and John McLaughlin, are at opposite ends of the field, booting 35 and 40-yard field goals. We've seen Catanoso do this most games. Come out at halftime with Joe Latore, who coaches. He's the boys lacrosse coach. Has won 2 straight league championships at Ocean City, but he's also coaching the Ocean City Kickers this year.
Yeah, and actually, McLaughlin at the other end has a couple of teammates with him.
Yep.
One retrieving the ball and the other one holding it, and they're kind of watching each other.
Yeah. Thinking being, I guess, that what's being discussed in the locker room doesn't really apply to them very much.
Yeah.
Because neither one of them plays other than to kick. So Catanoso's made a couple tackles this year.
It's a
He's going to try one from 40 yards. Of course, they're not being snapped and there's no rush. It's just a ball on a tee.
Still hard. You ever do that?
No.
Try to kick extra points and stuff?
No.
Of course, we're not young anymore, but I mean, it's not easy. You think it's easy, but it's not easy. Even to put a ball on the tee and try to kick it through, it's not that easy. McLaughlin's got a great foot here. He's kicking the ball from the 25-yard line, and he's kicking it a good 20 yards past the end zone.
Actually, this is like Matt Mealy is out there too, kicking for Ocean City. So he's a sophomore. I guess they're getting ready for the future. You hungry for melt-in-your-mouth pot roast or meatloaf just like Mom used to make? Well, how about this? Steak and shrimp 7 days a week. It's all at the Egg Harbor Township Golden Corral. All your home-style favorites, from fried chicken and mashed potatoes to oven-fresh yeast rolls and a chocolate wonderfall that flows all day, every day. You'll find it all at Golden Corral, located 6725 Black Horse Pike in Egg Harbor Township, right in front of Boscov's. Shrimp and steak, 7 days a week at Golden Corral.
Can't hate that.
No, that's what do they call that? Surf and turf. And they used to call that with the seafood and the steak.
Well, the lobster, they called it. I'll think of it.
Yes, he will. It's known all over the Delaware Valley. Johnson's Popcorn on the Ocean City Boardwalk, specializing in their delicious caramel corn. You can get Johnson's Popcorn in individual servings all the way up to 3.5-gallon tins. Look for them in your favorite food market or party store. Johnson's Popcorn, 1368 Boardwalk in Ocean City. Phone 1-800-842-2676 and have your popcorn shipped to you. They're also online at johnsonspopcorn.com. Johnson's Popcorn since 1940.
Steak and cake. Now that might be steak and crab cakes.
Ah.
But I think sometimes they refer to that with shrimp. I don't know. There might be another name, but steak and cake, that's the one I was trying to think of.
14-7 here. Ocean City leading Mainland at halftime. Raiders will receive the kickoff. We got 2 kickers in the Cape Atlantic League this year who are among the top 7 in career kicking points all time. Pat Moran of Cedar Creek is 5th with 122 kicking points in his career. And Eric Graziano of St. Joe's is 7th with 120 kicking points in his career. The all-time leader, Tom Worthington of Holy Spirit, who had 149. So really, they're both within striking distance, assuming their teams score and give them a chance. Also, in just extra points, not counting field goals, just extra points, they are second and third behind Worthington all time. Zach Sturr of Absegami is another guy to watch. He's got 52 career extra points and 8 career field goals, and he's a junior. Of course, the interesting thing about field goals, Bud, and we're in the right place to talk about it. Cade Antonucci of Holy Spirit has kicked 12 in his career. He's tied for 5th, and the 4 people ahead of him are all from Mainland.
Is that right?
Jim Cooper, 31. He set the record 5 years ago. Mike Giuliano, who kicked last year and set a single-season record, had 19. Jim Cooper had 31. Ken Dudnick of Mainland in the late 90s had 15. And Jim Cooper Sr., back in 1981, had 13. So 2 of the 4 ahead of him are Coopers.
Mainland's had a lot of good kickers, and who was the other kicker they had?
Chris Curran of Ocean City, by the way, holds the Cape May County record with 11 career field goals. You're probably thinking of Jason Feinberg.
I am. That's exactly who I'm thinking of. All I could think of was smallish,
right.
But a real strong
athlete.
Yep.
Basketball and baseball. And then went to work on Wall Street.
That's a shame.
Well, he's in the West Coast now in the same job. I'm sure he's making the rent. Feinberg kicked 12 career field goals. So this is the place where the kickers have come from. That's what we said at the beginning of the show. It's unusual, but Ocean City's kicker has more points than Mainland's kicker. But that's because they've only scored 4 touchdowns. And McLaughlin is now 5 for 5. He got an extra point in this game. We want to remind you on WPG Talk Radio 104.1 and 1450 AM. An interesting game for Penn State tomorrow at 8 o'clock. They take on Ohio State at home in Beaver Stadium. You can hear all the play-by-play. Ohio State and Penn State here on WPG 104.1 and 1450 AM. Also on our sister station, 97.3 ESPN. Tomorrow at 12 noon, it's Rutgers at Minnesota. All the play-by-play of Rutgers in the Big Ten.
You know, Tom, they do things a little differently here. They had a king and the queen from the sophomore class, the junior class, I think the freshman class as well. And now
the seniors?
Oh, for king and queen, these are senior finalists. They're not dressed in gowns, that's for sure.
She's got a cape on, a green cape.
From 7 to 10 p.m.
Oh, in fact, they're in costumes, right?
I guess she's
all
in costume. They're not, yeah.
One of them is a cheerleader.
Well,
2 of them are in tutus. So, Mainland holding its homecoming. Let's see if we can get those names. Jones warming up on the sidelines for Mainland. We remind you go to OceanCitySports.com and you'll be able to see this game. And in fact, if you can't get there while the game's going on, you can go there when you get home or get to your mobile device and watch it. It'll be archived right there at OceanCitySports.com. Matt Ulmer producing it, and Bill Shallcross, who dropped the camera once on the roof shooting all the action. You said last week that he's never dropped the camera when we were talking about Bob Shallcross and his good hands, and he came down after the game and said, well, once.
Yeah, well, he could have said, no, I never dropped the camera, and we would have believed him. So
absolutely. So that shows you something.
Honest Abe.
Cameramen are always honest.
Yeah. I don't know about all of them, but still waiting to see who, I guess they haven't announced actually who the queen is yet.
Coming into this weekend, the leading rusher among Cape Atlantic League schools, Reggie Jean Charles of Holy Spirit with 920 yards in 6 games. Kyle Dobbins of St. Augustine second. Clayton Scott of Millville was third. Quasine Townsell of St. Joe's was fourth. And Sean Scott of Middle Township was 5th. Among quarterbacks in passing efficiency, Isaiah Pacheco of Vineland was number 1. In attempts and completions, Andrew Donahue was number 1 in both of those categories. In completion percentage, Pacheco was number 1. And in total yards, Jesse Milza of Cedar Creek was number 1. Milza and Josh Zamat of St. Augustine led in touchdown passes with 9. And among receivers, Millville's Marshall Ramos with 373 yards and 18 catches led Cape Atlantic League receivers in both categories. Zeke Ennis of St. Augustine right behind him, followed by Niam Anderson of Vineland. So an interesting, 3 of the top 4 receivers in yardage are juniors. All 3 of the top quarterbacks in passing efficiency are juniors, and 3 of the top 4 running backs in total yardage are juniors. That's all coming in to this week. Mainland on the field, ready to go. Ocean City about to come out onto the field. Domino's is in Ocean City, right in the center of town at 9th and Asbury. You can call for delivery, 788-3888. They have great pizza at Domino's, but so much more. Their menu includes oven-baked sandwiches, wings and boneless chicken, stuffy cheesy breads, and delicious pasta. You can complete your meal with Domino's marbled cookie brownie, chocolate lava crunch cake, or their famous Cinnasticks. Your Domino's order is custom made and delivered oven fresh to your door. Visit them at 9th and Asbury or call 788-3888 for delivery. Domino's, open well after midnight. Okay, McLaughlin about to kick off for Ocean City. Raiders lead, for Mainland, to Ocean City. Raiders lead 14-7. It's a high kick taken at the 10-yard line. Straight up the middle, across the 25, bangs into a blocker who was pushed backwards, and down goes Robertson at about the 25 or 26-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like he had a bigger hole than he did, and ran into his own man. But the reason his own man was in the way was because he was taking on a Mainland defender who was doing a pretty good job of keeping him there. Tom, we found out that the homecoming queen does not get announced until the dance.
Oh.
And the dance is next Saturday.
Right.
Not this Saturday.
Right.
So
you'll cover that for us?
Let's see.
Donahue has Walsh to his left, a slot to the left, and a receiver to the right. Takes a snap, gives it to Walsh, who bounces off a tackle, hits the left side across the 30 to about the 32-yard line.
Tackled by Pat Ruane. Been pretty active. Did his share of blitzing in that first quarter.
Out almost to the 33. Call it 2nd and 4.
There are 5 senior couples who are eligible for homecoming queen and king.
Donahue takes a snap. It's Walsh. He bounces off a tackle, runs through another. He's out across the 40, close to the 45 for a first down.
And again, it's a little game of cat and mouse. I mean, Ocean City had a lot of success throwing the football in the first half, and now Mainland's going to play off the line of scrimmage just a little bit, as opposed to cheating up a little. And now the Raiders are having some success running the football.
Another thing you'll get online watching the video at oceancitysports.com is the instant replay. Gives you a chance to watch the key plays over again. Back to throw. Donahue floats it in between a bunch of receivers. I got a feeling Dan Walsh was supposed to turn around there.
Well,
and a flag comes in.
He really.
They're not going to throw an intentional grounding flag.
No, I think what Donahue had to get rid of the ball. He was in the face of a blitz. I think you are going to call that.
No, I think it's an ineligible receiver downfield.
Okay. Yeah, he was under intense pressure back there and had to get rid of the ball and just kind of threw it in the direction of Walsh, just so he wouldn't take the sack back there.
So the ball moves back to the 40. Well, they haven't moved it back yet. It's going to be about the 39, I think.
Is that loss of down?
I believe it is. They put it on the 39-yard line. says no, here we go. 2nd and 15. Donahue hands it off, and tripping as he tries to make a cut is Liam Bergman. And he goes down at about the 39-yard line, about the line of scrimmage.
So that's the kind of penalty that really hurts. Not only do you lose the yardage, but, you know, it's lost it down, and those are the kind that really, really aggravate you from a coaching standpoint.
It says 2nd and 15. I think it's 3rd. Mainland may have come across. Guy's not happy with himself either. He's pounding the ground. He just took a half a step across, but he got into the neutral zone. And it's a 5-yard penalty against Mainland, which will make it 3rd and about 10.
Well, and if the guy across the way is correct, it wasn't a loss of down, although, you know, illegal forward passes lost it down. I thought that lineman downfield was.
All right, well, we'll go with 2nd then. 2nd and 10. They corrected it because they did advance it. Donahue back to throw, sets, fires down the middle too long. Intended for Shawcross, and flags come in. Yeah, Shawcross made that wide receiver turn with the palms out to the officials just as the flags were coming in.
Yeah, and he was pretty well wrapped up. I mean, he wasn't just touched or interfered with. He was really wrapped up, and a couple of flags came in from 15 yards away. And I thought they weren't supposed to throw him like that. Remember that time the NFL player got hit in the face with it?
Correct. That's measured from the line of scrimmage, of course, in high school, not the spot of the foul. But it'll give him a first down.
And we won't know if it's lost it down because it's going to be first down.
Right.
We'll have to check that out.
The ball's going to be spotted just outside the Mainland 40-yard line. 11th first down for Ocean City, 2 in this drive.
And I said, you know, when you get a penalty and you lose yardage and loss it down, it kills you. That's a penalty that kills you as well, pass interference, when it's, you know, a long way to go.
1st and 10. Donahue back to his right. Hands the ball off to Robertson, and he's inside the 40 to the 39 for about a 2-yard gain.
Raiders, as you said, Tom, got the football to start here the second half. They're just under 10 minutes left here. Have had a decent amount of success, more success throwing the football than running, although they've had some good runs. Walsh has had a couple of good runs. Robertson, a couple good ones.
2nd and 9, just inside the 40. Slot left, no, double slot formation. Back to the left of Donahue. Takes the snap, quick drop, fires over the middle, and it's incomplete. A little bit behind Shawcross. He got a hand on it, but couldn't pull it in.
Yeah, you notice now, like, Mainland has 3 down linemen and 4 linebackers just off the line of scrimmage, and the 2 on the edge are very, very, I don't know, hitterish, if that's not the right word, but you watch, they're waiting for that snap because they're blitzing from the corners on most every down, assuming that Donahue's going to throw the football.
Walsh and Williams check in for Ocean City. They're going to have 2 backs in the backfield with Donahue, a receiver to each side. 3rd and 9 at the Mainland 40. Donahue set for the snap.
They're coming.
Fires over the middle, incomplete. Nick Williams got a hand on it, couldn't pull it in, so it'll be 4th down. Ocean City will punt.
Well, they knew that the pass was coming. Mainland had 8 guys rushing the passer and had to leave 3 defenders back each to play man-to-man. But Donahue had really very, very little time to throw the ball. Tried to complete that short pass.
Donahue to punt. Will try to punt it out of bounds inside the whatever. Good snap. Not much of a rush. Angles it toward the sideline. Rolls inside the 10. Touched by a Mainland player, but he managed to cover it, but it's on the 7. So both teams have gotten off some good punts. And Mainland will start on its own 7.
That was just a reaction play, I think, by the return man back there. I mean, that's something you never do. You never want to reach for the balls that's going past you inside that 10-yard line, and just kind of reaction, I think.
First and 10 Mainland from its own 7-yard line. Mustangs huddle up at the sideline and come out onto the field. Sophomore Samir Jones, the quarterback, 6'1", left-hander, has it back to his right. Ball's through his hands. He's into the end zone and covers it up. A safety. They had problems even pregame with the snap, and they've had problems in the game. 2 of them have come in low. This one was just about the top of his helmet, and he couldn't pull it in. It rolled into the end zone, and he covered it, but it's a safety.
Yeah, that's, when, of course, most teams are doing the shotgun snap now instead of being up under center, and that's an art. As you said, they've struggled with it a little bit. That's going to hurt them, Mainland, quite a bit there. They'd done a good job on defense to hold Ocean City on that first drive after the halftime.
Last time Ocean City scored a safety was in 2006. You were there, against Pleasantville.
Yeah, I haven't missed too many games on Thanksgiving.
Mainland, incidentally, is the last team to score a safety against Ocean City, and that was 2 years ago.
That is a long time, 10 years.
What?
You would think that safety within the last 10 years.
Yeah. I mean, some teams get 2 or 3 a year. And, of course, they don't kick off from the 40. So Ocean City comes out of this, more than likely, with pretty good field position. Atlantic City Electric scoreboard after 1 quarter. It's Pittman 7, Wildwood nothing. Ocean City lined up at the Mainland 30. But it's a high end-over-end kick. And taken at the 27-yard line by Robertson. He's at the 40, at the 45, at the 50. Cuts to the right sideline. The kicker, McLaughlin, takes a shot at him. Doesn't get him, but he slows him down enough that a defender comes up and makes the tackle inside the Mainland 25-yard line.
The run started quickly, and then he slowed down to see where the hole was going to be and waited for it to open up, and then a burst of speed right through it. Went behind a block by Billy Kroger, and down the sideline, as you said, just slowed down enough by McLaughlin until another Mainland player comes in and makes the tackle, and the Raiders are back in business here on the 24-yard line.
Trips to the left. Walsh to the left of Donahue. Walsh gets it. Hits off the left side. He's in the open. He's at the 10. Hit from behind. Keeps his balance to the goal line for a touchdown. Dan Walsh, a 24-yard run, and Ocean City leads it 22-7.
Boy, and that's just a huge touchdown there, and a big swing in momentum. You go back and think you're leading the football game 14-7, and you're stopped on your first drive. The Mainland's got a little bit of momentum, and they take over, snap the ball poorly, end up in the end zone for a safety, and the Raiders score on a next possession.
Walsh's 4th touchdown of the year. And Catanoso coming out to kick the extra point. He's 8 for 9 on the season. 2 for 2 in this game. Ocean City short a player. Now they're ready. Ball is down. The kick is up. It's high enough. It's good. And Ocean City has a 23-7 lead over Mainland with 8:52 left in the 3rd quarter. And they'll kick off to the Mustangs. Storage Inn is a family-owned business started more than 3 decades ago. They're at 9th Street and West Avenue in Ocean City. The Storage Inn has over 40 different sizes to meet all your storage needs, both personal and commercial. The Storage Inn is open 7 days a week with 24-hour, 7-day security. Call 609-391-1416 for Storage Inn, also located in Egg Harbor Township, or visit storageinn.net. The Storage Inn of EHT and Ocean City. Car Caress, Trofa and Coggins families have offered the best in car care since 1981. They're right behind CVS in Ocean City at 16th Street, and now Car Caress 2 at 100 Stagecoach Road in Marmora, behind ShopRite. Car Caress, they'll hand wash your vehicle, both the interior and exterior. Give them a call, 609-398-8482. They offer free pickup and delivery, something special for your vehicle at a price that fits your budget. Car Caress.
So just like that, instead of 14-7 in Mainland with the football, it's 23-7.
Almost a 3-touchdown lead. Catanoso pooches it to the 36-yard line, fair catch call.
Yep, that time was definitely, he not only put his arm up, he waved his arms. Mustangs will have pretty good field position.
Late in the first quarter on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard, it's Millville 13, Bridgeton nothing. They're going to start on the 38-yard line as Mainland. Mustangs scored first and 23 unanswered points. Trips to the right. All alone in the backfield is Jones. He's got motion from the left side. It's an option. He pitches it back right away. And looking for running room is Campbell, the young Campbell. And he does not get much.
I tell you, the one thing the Raiders have done really well, Tom, has made a huge adjustment since that first Mainland drive. I guess it was their second drive of 90 yards and a touchdown in the first quarter.
But if you go back and look at the different running backs that they've faced this year, I think they make adjustments very well, and usually that they don't hurt them as much in the second half. Zeke Ennis has just scored for St. Augustine, Atlantic City Electric scoreboard. They lead EHT 42-7. Clock running there. Jones hands the ball off to Campbell. Campbell off the right side to the 41 and taken down there. It'll be third down and about 7.
So again, where Campbell was picking up 5, 6, 7 yards a carry in that first period, you know, now there are 2 carries for probably 2 yards, 2.5 yards, something like that. So the Raiders have picked it up on defense quite a bit. They made some adjustments that needed to be made.
Update on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard. Millville 19, Bridgeton nothing. 3rd and 7, Mainland. Double slot formation, wide slot to the left. Jones takes the snap, runs the option, pitches it back, and he's going to get back to about the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 4th down for the Mustangs, a punting situation.
The last time they ran that play, Walsh went for the pitch back, and the quarterback kept the ball and gained good yardage. That time he stayed after the quarterback, and he did pitch it back, but the rest of the team, he contained the play, and the rest of the team came in, make the stop after a yard gain.
Second quarter, Atlantic City Electric scoreboard 14-0, Pittman leading Wildwood. Punt formation. Back at the 25-yard line. Lashley. Good rush. Just went too deep. The punt hits at the 33 and rolls down to the 30-yard line. That's where Ocean City will put it into play.
That was Alex Morales tried to block the punt. He actually went behind the punter and tried to reach back and touch it. They had a blocking back there, so he did a good job. You certainly don't want to rough the kicker when you have a 23-7 lead here with 6.5 minutes left in the third quarter and you're getting the football.
If he'd have blocked it from where he was, it would have been on ESPN.
Excuse me, Matt.
All right, and we mean the TV network. All right, it's a slot to the right, receiver to the left for Ocean City. Donahue awaits the snap, low snap, gets it, hands it off, and across the 30 to the 32 and driven back is Bergman. Actually, they're going to spot it all the way out to the 34. He must have slipped through there. So a gain of about 4. It's 2nd and 6. Real nice night here in South Jersey. It's a little chillier, of course, than when the game started, but It was supposed to be raining and everything else, and it wasn't. Donahue hands it off, and slipping through the line across the 35 to the 36-yard line is Bergman. 3rd and about 4.
You know, Tom, at away games, you usually get a lot of parents and some adults scattered throughout the stands. I've never seen, even here, such a solid student section across the way. Ocean City taking up like, I don't know, maybe a quarter of the stands, but it seems like all the students are sitting together, and it just looks like
Raider Nation.
Yeah, it's interesting looking. Of course, the mainland side's full for homecoming. Almost full.
Donahue waits the snap. Gets it knee high. Over the middle, it's tipped and incomplete. It was tipped and went about 15 yards. He was trying to get it to Matt Lashley. So Ocean City will punt. 4th and about 4.
I think Donahue felt like he had Lashley open, but as you said, the ball got deflected at the line of scrimmage.
Donahue stands at about his own 23. Good snap, a little bit of a rush, end over end kick. It's going to bounce past him. He's got to come up and catch those. Jim Schaefer be yelling out onto the field. Ball's back to the 14-yard line.
Yeah, that's something you got to do, as you said. I mean, you kind of want to stay away so the ball doesn't hit you, but you got to catch it, because a ball that's end over end like that, chances are you're going to get the kicker bounce for another 10 or 15 yards, and that's kind of what happened there.
I've always liked having 2 guys back too on a punt.
Yeah.
Everybody's kind of getting away from that.
Well, one thing, it's good to have a second guy back. If the first guy muffs it, the other guy could jump on it. You know, that's
right. And he can block for him. They can run reverses and things like that if you really want to get into it. All right, Jones ready. 1st and 10 from the 15. Takes the snap, rolls to his left. Being pursued. He's just going to keep it. Runs. Now he throws a pass incomplete. Just about got to the line of scrimmage, threw incomplete.
You know, it seemed like as long as he ran, he had to be beyond the line of scrimmage, but that's because he was running, sideways probably 30 yards before he threw the ball. This game has slowed down a little bit as far as offenses are concerned in the last couple possessions. As we said, the Raiders have definitely made an adjustment defensively against the run.
2nd and 10. Jones alone in the backfield. Trips to the left. Slot to the right. Quick pass into the left flat. Ocean City penetrates and tosses him down. Brandon Lynn was in the vicinity. He put a nice rush on him. I don't know if he actually pulled him down.
Couldn't tell who that was, Tom, that made the tackle, but boy, what a nice defensive play.
Back at the 8-yard line. Remind you, Ocean City High School game stats and season stats are available online at oceancitysports.com. Again, Jones alone in the backfield. 5 receivers in position. Big 3rd down, drops back. Now he's going to roll out to the right and keep the ball. He's across the 10, out to the 15, and Dan Walsh wraps him up and drives him to the sideline, and he's out of bounds. So Ocean City will get another punt. 4th and about 13 for Mainland, and they'll be punting from deep in their own territory.
Jones has been able to avoid several guys who look like they're going to be able to make the tackle. That time, he wasn't able to avoid because the pursuit was so well.
Brandon Lashley at the Mainland 45. McLaughlin awaits, gets the snap, punts it down. Lashley goes back to his own 45, and he's pulled down just short of midfield.
Nice open field tackle. That was Kyle Goodman, 5'9" sophomore. I won't say a lost art, but I love to see a kid make a nice open field one-on-one tackle. You just don't see that as much anymore.
Ocean City huddles at the sideline, gets the play, and now comes out. Robertson will be in the backfield next to Donahue, and they have trips to the right. Looks like Nick Williams is the tight end on the left side. Donahue takes the snap, drops back. He's going long down the middle, way too long. Kenny might have been the intended receiver. He was on the ground at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, he got tangled up a little bit and then pretty much just kind of fell. And Donahue threw the ball where he anticipated he was going to be. That's the third, I'll call it floater, that Donahue has thrown this year down to this game, downfield. Usually he's firing that ball, but he's putting a lot of air under it right now.
2nd and 10 at midfield. Ocean City leading 23-7. They hand it off to Robertson, and he's across the 50 to the Mainland 48, where it'll be 3rd and 8.
Well, you look for him to throw it again here. Couple minutes inside, 3 minutes left here in the third quarter. It's a fairly fast game, even with homecoming and everything else going on.
Well, as you pointed out, they haven't had much delays on the field. All alone in the backfield is Donahue. Takes the snap, drops back. He's going long down the right side, and it's too long, and it is almost intercepted. Though that was I don't know if he intended it, but Taquan Campbell I think he wanted to catch it.
Sure he did.
He's frustrated, but it may turn out to be better field position. We'll see.
Well,
he was all the way down around the 10-yard line.
I mean, you love to get an interception, so I think he definitely wanted to catch it. And plus, based on his reaction after, I think he wanted to catch it. And, of course, he's down there with one receiver. He catches the ball over his shoulder, turns one way, the receiver turns the other. He brings it back 20 or 30 yards.
Donahue to punt. High kick, not too deep. And it bounces straight up in the air and then gets a little Mainland bounce out across the 25. So Mainland will start on about its own 26-yard line. We have 2:03 left in the third quarter.
So now that's definitely good he didn't catch it, because if he had caught it, unless he could have turned around and returned it 30 yards,
going in the
other direction, right?
Yeah. So Mustangs trailing 23-7 take over the football on their own 26-yard line.
And they're in a position where they kind of have to score quickly here soon, and they haven't really shown the ability to do that.
Jones takes the snap, drops back to throw, fires down the middle, and it is intercepted. Not sure. Yes. It's intercepted by Brandon Lashley at about the 38 or 48 or 47-yard line. We had to hesitate because he went down, and we weren't sure he held on to the ball because we lost sight of it waiting for the official signal. But he did intercept it, his first interception, and Ocean City takes over on the Mainland 47.
Yeah, well, as we said, Mainland, you're at a point where you got to, get yourself back in the football game here. You're 3 scores down, and you just really haven't really shown much as far as an ability to throw the ball downfield for completion. That was well covered.
Ocean City now +5 in turnovers this year, taking away 5 more than they've given away. Those of you watching on OceanCitySports.com, we're trying to reestablish our radio connection here. Bear with us. Second and about 2, and Donahue fumbles the ball I think his knee might have been down when he had the ball. We'll see if they spot it where he caught it or where he ended up.
I think they're going to spot it at the 45, which is where the where he caught the ball, where he took the snap. And bring up a 3rd and 7. Should be down near, inside a minute now, and the clock running. So this should be the last play, barring incomplete pass.
3rd and 7 from the 45-yard line.
They're on the 45 of Mainland. Donahue alone in the backfield. Drops back, little short pass with some screen blockers, but not enough yardage. They get down to the 42-yard line as Matt Lashley made the catch, and it'll be 4th down and about 3 or 4 yards to go. Those of you listening on WPG Talk Radio 104.1 and those of you on 1450 AM, we apologize for the interruption, but I think we're back now. Nothing really happened. Ocean City had the ball when we lost our connection. They didn't move it, and they're ready to punt. Well, that's the end of the 3rd quarter, actually. Ocean City on top here at Mainland, 23-7. The Boardwalk Acura Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 104.1 and 1450 AM. Brian Carroll and their professional staff waiting to serve you at Boardwalk Acura, Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township. Interstate Batteries of Egg Harbor Township has been providing South Jersey with outrageous dependability for over 26 years with over 1 million battery sales. They not only have a battery for your car, but for your boat, RV, motorcycle, ATV, truck, golf court, or power chair. Interstate Batteries, America's #1 replacement battery, is located at 6064 Riga Avenue in Egg Harbor Township. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturdays 9 to 2. If you need a battery, you'll find it at Interstate Batteries. Outrageously dependable. All right. Donahue to punt. Receiver's back about his own 9. High snap. He goes up and gets it. Good rush. And the kick is not real good. It's way off to the left. He hit the ball on the right side, and it goes out of bounds outside the Mainland 30. We'll see where they spot it. Officials do this little parade. Oh, I guess it's going to be right around the 30. It must have just hit pretty much right there. Actually, maybe even inside the 30.
Maybe they're practicing for the parade coming up at Halloween in Ocean City that you talked about.
Yeah. So Mainland on its own 30 with 11:53 left in the 4th quarter. Trailing 23-7, though they've shut Ocean City down the last few possessions. Jones with a back to his left, slot to the left, and a receiver to the right. Gets the snap, hands the ball off. Campbell, ball's loose, for it. Ocean City seems to have it, and they do. Ocean City with 2 straight takeaways. As we said, they're +6 on the season now. Really hurt Middle Township. They fumbled it away 3 times and a couple times in the middle of good drives. So the Raiders will have the ball on the 28-yard line of Mainland.
Well, I don't know who recovered it, but Chad Dodonna is the one who stripped it. And he may have been the one to recover it as well, because he was right in the vicinity of the ball when it hit the ground. I'm not sure about that, but you'd see him strip the pull the ball carrier's arms back and cause the ball to pop out loose.
1st and 10 at the 28. Slot to both sides. Donahue with a back to his left. He drops back. He pump fakes. Throws a quick pass to the left side. Looks like it is complete. A diving catch, but only for a few yards.
I think he wanted Lebrano, but he was well covered on the other side of the field.
Shawcross made the catch, but it was or maybe he didn't. It looks like they're right back at the line of scrimmage. I think that ball was a little ahead of the line of scrimmage, so it must have been incomplete. 2nd and 10. Donahue gives to Walsh up the middle. He drives and all the way down to the 20-yard line. He's a couple of yards short of the first down.
They have to be so, and I said this before, they have to be so conscious of Donahue's ability to throw the football. And now the run has opened up quite a bit since about midway through that second period.
Big block there by Eric LeVay, the center for Ocean City, to open that up for Walsh. It's Walsh again, takes a step to the right. Now he's all the way to the right, through a tackle. He's inside the 10, and Ocean City in a goal line situation again.
Boy, two real strong runs by Walsh. Bounced off his blocker, who was doing a good job taking care of his player. Again, that was Dodonna. And he'll get a rest, Will Walsh, probably.
Ball's on the 9. First and goal.
First and goal, the Red Raiders on the 9-yard line.
Donahue hands it off. Straight up the middle, down close to the 5-yard line.
Is Thomas Mainland playing Egg Harbor Township this year on Thanksgiving?
No, the night before.
I mean, but that's their Thanksgiving game.
Yes. Ball's looks like right about on the 5-yard line. Second and goal. Ocean City getting it squared away. Robertson is going to be to the left of Donahue. Trying to put this away. Robertson sidesteps, slices into a hole, and into the end zone. A 5-yard touchdown run by Isaac Robertson. And Ocean City leads 29-7.
And that's probably pretty much going to do it. Scored 29 unanswered points, soon maybe to be 30. After Mainland took that 7-0 lead on the length of the field drive in the first period. It's been all Ocean City offensively since that time.
Catanoso to kick the extra point. Garrett Benvenuti to hold. Ball is down, the kick is up, it's high enough, and good.
Snap was a little high. Benvenuti did a good job of getting it down.
30-7, Ocean City on top here at the Mustang Corral in Linwood. You'll like the way they do business at the Thomas H. Heist Insurance Agency. They're coastal insurance specialists with over 35 years experience. Flood, boat, auto, life, health. They offer it all at the Heist Agency with convenient offices in Ocean City, Margate, Egg Harbor Township, Marmora, and Vineland. Phone 609-399-0453. Excuse me, that's 609-399-0453. You'll also find them online at heistagency.com. Remember, Thomas H. Heist, when you need insurance.
So the Raiders will kick off. They have 10-12 remaining here in the fourth quarter. That point after made it 30-7. So now Mainland again really has their work cut out for them here. And you know, again, they just don't have a lot of success putting the ball in the air. So, and the Raiders have defended their running game much better. So they really have a tough road to hoe here.
They're in the fourth quarter now. St. Augustine 42-7 over Egg Harbor Township on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard. Kickoff is out of bounds, but it was touched before it went out of bounds. So that's where they'll put it into play.
Yeah, the Mainland receiver over there, that's a semi-pooch kick, I guess. Hit his leg, I think, over there on that far sideline before it went out of bounds.
Real good game outside of the Cape Atlantic schools. Shawnee leads Williamstown 10-7. Shawnee doesn't hold on to it. It'll be their second straight loss after 4 straight wins. Jones alone in the backfield. No, he's got it back to his left. Takes the snap, pitches to him. Campbell coming to the outside, and he's hit at the 32 and stopped there.
Looks like he was going to have some running room, and then the cavalry showed up. At the bottom of the pile, Tom Meehan, a host of Red Raiders involved there. A lot of running again for a gain of a yard.
2nd and 9. Jones with a back to his right. Double slot. Puts the slot back in motion. Keeps it. Rolls to his right. Pass is incomplete. Tough to do that, rolling to your right when you're left-handed.
Yeah, they always tell you, square up your shoulders when you're going to throw the football. And again, that's tough to do when you're on the run in the opposite direction. They got enough for, Mainland has enough cheerleaders for 2-platoon football.
After 3 quarters, it's still Holy Spirit 17, Buna 6.
Wow.
On the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard in that championship game in the United Division.
Buna hanging tougher.
Yes. 3rd and 9. Jones with a back to his right. Takes the snap. Settles. Fires down the middle. Too high. Incomplete.
A lot of people thought Holy Spirit would come out with a vengeance this week after what happened against St. Augustine last week when they did not perform up to expectations, so to speak.
4th and 9. You know who's going to be tired tonight?
The drummer.
Right. Exactly what I was going to say. They're keeping it going here.
I've worked with you a long time, Tom.
Ball's back at the or McLaughlin's back at the 10. Snap waist high, no rush. He floats it downfield. It's not going to reach Lashley, and it takes an Ocean City bounce and rolls dead at about the Mainland 43-yard line.
Probably had half a dozen punts here in the second half alone.
9:12 remaining. Mainland didn't want to punt that ball. They're down 30-7. Trying to avoid losing their first 6 games on the field for the first time in school history. Wildwood has scored. Atlantic City Electric scoreboard. They trail Pittman 13-6. Donahue takes the snap, hands it off, and hit hard at the line of scrimmage, and driven back is Walsh.
I think, obviously Ocean City's going to take as much time off the clock as they can now.
That was Robertson, actually, excuse me.
So they're going to run. There's no point in putting the ball in the air. You don't need to score points.
2nd, about 11. Lost a yard on the play. Robertson and Bergman in the backfield with Donahue, one on each side. Receiver to each side. Donahue gets the snap, rolling left, little pitch ahead to Robertson is complete, but he doesn't get much beyond the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 3rd and 11.
Ted Bergman comes limping off the field for Mainland. Coach is trying to tell him to sit down on the field.
Yeah.
And get an injury timeout. Instead, he makes it to the bench.
Slot to the right, receiver to the left for Ocean City. 2 backs in the backfield. Oh, no, excuse me, 1, along with Donahue. Donahue back to throw. Pump fakes, avoids the rush. Now he's going to run to the left side. Throws downfield, and it is incomplete. Oh, about a couple of yards behind the defense was Matt Lashley. There's a flag on the play. And an eligible receiver downfield against Ocean City. And we'll find out now for sure, because Mainland will decline the penalty. Yep, 4th down.
Yep.
Well, that didn't really tell us anything. Donahue to punt. He goes back inside his own 40. 7:46 left.
I'll tell you, he did a great job to avoid the rush, and had his man, just couldn't complete it.
High punt. Fair catch inside the 10 at about the 8 or 9 yard line.
So Mainland not with good field position.
7.5 minutes left.
A lot of people starting to lose interest here. But the crowd's still here at the game.
Yep.
Plays tonight the Dodgers.
Nobody.
Oh, that's right. Tomorrow night. Joe Blanton took one on the chin last night after pitching well up to this point.
A lot of Phillies on that Dodgers team.
You got to think Kershaw tomorrow. I think I would have pitched Kershaw last night. And then you could have, you know, if you get to a game 7, you got him in relief.
Jones back to his left. Takes the snap. Hands it off right side. Nothing there. Well, trying to squirm through and reaches the ball as far as he can. Out to about the 14-yard line. Ends up being a gain of about 5.
And Mainland needs to break one of these long runs. They do have the speed to do it. They just haven't been able to do it. Ocean City's defense, as I said, has tightened up.
Second and 5, a little more than 7 minutes to go. Jones back to his right. Double slot formation. Takes it, drops back, rolling to his left. Still looking downfield, but he's hit and brought down for a loss.
Jones was brought down by...
Making the tackle was Ed Mejia.
Will be third down.
I think he gained yardage on the play, though, so it's not a sack. He got it out across the 15 to about the 16-yard line. 3rd and 3 or 4 yards to go.
About 3rd and 4 from the 16-yard line.
Here's a first final of the night. Took less than 2 hours. St. Augustine 42, Egg Harbor Township 7 on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard. Jones pitches it back, rolling to the right side, down the sidelines, and looks like he might be just short of the first down. We'll see.
They barely got to running clock.
It is 4th down. 4th down, a yard and a half to go. And it looks like they're going to punt the ball. I mean,
well, I think if they were within a touchdown or 2 touchdowns, they might go for it. 6 minutes left. But at this point, you know, if you don't make it, you don't make it, you give Ocean City the ball, and then it could be 36 or 37.
Yeah, but my point is, what's the difference? If it's 37-7 or 30-7.
I don't disagree, but
might be a fake. Who knows?
Sometimes.
Nope. Back to McLaughlin. He kicks it away. Lashley, fair catch. Back at the Ocean City 44-yard line.
Well, McLaughlin kicks the ball a long way as well, and he gets the ball low too. He doesn't have the ball up real high when he makes contact with his foot, but boy, he really gets that foot into it.
So Ocean City with the ball. Try to use up some clock here.
Yeah, about 6 minutes, and they've just exchanged punts here in 4th quarter.
Donahue back to his right. Takes the snap, hands it off. Off the right side to the 46 for a gain of about a yard. Liam Bergman.
And that's not what's important right now as far as Ocean City's concerned. And Raiders, of course, took advantage of 2 big turnovers that Mainland kind of hurt themselves, one on the interception, one on the fumble recovery on successive possessions, I believe, if my memory serves me correctly.
Millville 26, Bridgeton nothing on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard. 2nd and 9. Donahue has a slot to the right, receiver to the left. He's watching that back judge. When he starts counting down 5 seconds, he's going to call for the ball.
He hasn't
2nd
started
and 9.
counting down yet. Now he's counting down.
Gives it to Bergman. And he's stacked at the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd and 9.
It takes a lot of discipline for 22 guys to hold their position.
Yeah.
waiting for one guy to start moving his arm.
Third down.
Of course, you kind of maybe lull yourselves to sleep a little bit. They'll wait again.
Ocean City was behind 7-0. Has scored 30 unanswered points. 2 touchdowns by Isaac Robertson, 1 by Dan Wall, and 2 by Dan Walsh, excuse me. Each of them, Robertson ran twice, Walsh ran once and caught a pass for the other one. Play action. Shallcross makes the catch at the 49 for a gain of about 4 yards.
A little surprised by that play there. I mean, obviously they're looking to get the first down, but at this point you really just want to get that clock moving. If that pass is incomplete, stops the clock.
Atlantic City Electric scoreboard: Holy Spirit 24, Buna 6, Pittman 13, Wildwood 12. Wow. Warriors looking for their first win. I think Pittman is too, though. Donahue's going to punt. Clock running. It's 3.5 minutes left. And they do keep it alive here on this side of the field. There's no doubt about it. And they're pretty alive on the other side of the field. You can see their cheerleaders working. I've always said the Mainland band always works hard. Back into the days of Dave.
I know who you mean. I just can't think.
Did a terrific job for decades. Sorry, Dave. 4th down, Ocean City to punt. Donahue gets a good snap. Booms it down the middle. Fair catch called at about the 17-yard line. So Mainland from its own 17 with 3:20 left. Down by 23.
You know, I'm sorry we're going to miss the Atlantic City band this year.
Yeah, they're always fun.
They're fun to watch.
They are. So it looks like Kevin Smith will beat his alma mater for the first time. And Ocean City will beat Chuck Smith for the first time. He had beaten them twice when he was at Oakcrest.
Who does Mainland have next week?
They're at Vineland. Ocean City is home with Lower Cape May, and we'll have that for you. It's senior night. 1st and 10 at the 17. Jones with a back to his right, double slot formation, drops back to throw, fires low. Did he scoop it? Looks like he did. Caught down there by Campbell, DeQuan Campbell.
Is that first completion?
I believe it is. The ball's out to the 24-yard line. 2nd and about 3.
I think Chuck Smith is thinking about 2 years from now.
Yeah, well, there's no doubt about it.
Yep.
He saw how all they lost at graduation and decided to build. Double slot formation. Jones takes a snap, drops back, scampers to the right side. He's being chased, avoids him, and he's going to go out of bounds, short of the first down. Guy with the line marker got out of there. Dropped that thing and got out of there. Ball's on the 25-yard line. Looks like it's about, well, 2 yards. It's 24-yard line, about 3 yards short of the first down. 3rd down.
You know, Tom, whether it's high school, college, professional football you watch on TV, I always am amazed that more people on the sidelines don't get hurt.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, between cameramen and cheerleaders and...
Straight ahead, Mainland carries it. Looks like they're short of the first down. They're short of the 25, I'm pretty sure. You know, Mike Lombardi Sr., the noted barber in Ocean City?
Sure.
He got hit on the sidelines.
Did he?
You know by who? Of course you wouldn't. Tony Dorsett ran into him on the sidelines. I stopped and said, "You okay?"
How about that? Wish I had known that last week.
Yeah, well, you'll know it now for the next time. 4th and about 3. It looks like they're going to go for it here. Jones with a back to his left. Takes the snap, rolls to the right, being chased, fires downfield, wide open, but the pass is a little off center and incomplete. Receiver was at about the 38-yard line, but it was off target. You know, when Kevin Smith played here, the 4 years he played, Ocean City won 3 and Mainland won in his senior year. Chuck Smith only played against Mainland once as a player because they didn't play for 10 years, from 73 to 82, and he was in the class of, well, his final football season was 83, and they won that year. Ocean City did.
I think we're at a point now where the Raiders can come out and take a knee 3 times. Pretty close to it anyway.
1:43 left. Ocean City starts on the Mainland 24-yard line.
Need a quarterback, guys. I guess it was a lineman they were waiting for. Sorry. I'm missing somebody else.
Ian Ungst is in the game at quarterback. Sophomore. Hands it off. Driving off the right side and down to the 15-yard line is Bergman for a first down. Oh, well, let's see. Maybe not a first down. Just short. Second down. Ungst has an outrageous quarterback efficiency rating of 307.4.
Wow.
He's thrown 2 passes, 1 for a touchdown. That'll do it. That was up at the West Windsor Plainsboro South where Matt didn't go. Ungst takes the handoff, and hitting the right side is Travis Sturley, a 6-foot sophomore, and he's got the first down, I believe, into about the 13-yard line. Let's see where they spot it.
And you know, the guys that are in the game right now, they want to score. They don't get to play much.
Yep.
Under a minute to go, the clock running.
Ungst hands off to Sturley again, and he's backing down inside the 10, close to the 9-yard line. Did we just hear Ocean City fans saying goodbye to the Mainland fans who are at home?
Well, you know, it's kind of like if you're in Ocean City, you're not really home if you live in Upper Township.
That's
and if
right.
you're in Mainland, and you're not really home if you live in Summers Point or Northfield. So
Yes.
That's not what they're thinking, though, I'm sure.
I know young people that don't realize that was an actual hit record. They thought that people made it up as a cheer. I don't think they're even going to have to take the snap here. Bob Shalcross is celebrating and pointing to the line of scrimmage. Clock's down to 5 seconds. And it's over. So Ocean City has won its second in a row and defeated Mainland 30-7, improved their record to 3-3, and improved their chances of sneaking in to the NJSIA Group 3 tournament playoffs. They need to beat Lower Cape May next week. They'll get some points from the St. Joe game, whether they win or lose, because St. Joe has a bucket of wins. And we'll see what happens. But this is one they pretty much had to win because they're playing a Group 4 school. For Mainland, they're 0-6 for the first time on the field in school history. But as Bud pointed out, it's a young team, and they're going to get better.
You know, you said they have a bucket of wins, and I was thinking a bucket of wings.
Yeah, I bet you were.
I'm hungry.
Because you're going to stop on your way home. Or that's some kind of signal to Sandy. All right, Mainland scored first, and Tahir Campbell went in from the 2. They marched 90 yards for the touchdown. They led 7-0, but Isaac Robertson scored at the last play of the first quarter from 2 yards out. Andrew Donahue hit Dan Walsh from 2 yards out, and it was 14-7 at the half. In the third quarter, Ocean City got a safety to make it 16-7. Then Walsh scored from 24 yards out to make it 23-7. And Robertson capped it off with 10-12 left in the fourth quarter with a 5-yard run to make it 30-7. Kevin Catanoso 4 for 4 on the extra points, and Ocean City wins it 30-7.
And, you know, after Mainland had that opening drive, we talked about it a few times during the second halftime when they marched down the field 90 yards, scored a touchdown. They got all kinds of momentum, got everybody fired up. And at that point, Ocean City made the necessary adjustments, both defensively and offensively. Of course, they'd only had one series offensively, so, and really the outcome wasn't really much in doubt shortly after the second half began.
And as we said, Holy Spirit in control of that game with Buna. Millville's in control of their game with Bridgeton, and St. Augustine has defeated Egg Harbor Township. Don't forget, tomorrow there's 3 games. Pleasantville is at Lower Cape May at 1 o'clock. Atlantic City at Vineland, number 25 ranked Vineland, at 2 o'clock. And Cedar Creek, number 14, at number 12 St. Joe at 3 o'clock. They're both 5-1. And as we said, if St. Joe wins that game, they win the division championship. If Cedar Creek wins it, that brings Oakcrest back into the picture. They play Cedar Creek next week. And Holy Spirit, with that win, the probable win tonight, wraps up their championship in the United Division.
I think Matt said Holy Spirit's game was a final.
Okay.
I'd like to see, Tom, I haven't noticed it before, where both teams go to their student section after the game. Used to be they'd shake hands in the middle, peel off, and go down to their respective end zones. But both teams going over to show support and appreciation for the fans' support. So I like seeing that. That's nice.
Ocean City the winner here at the Mustang Corral in Linwood. They beat Mainland 30-7 next week. Lower Cape May will be at Carey Stadium, and we'll be there for all the action on WPG Talk Radio 104.1, 1450. OceanCitySports.com.